Oh dear, it's not Henry Greer, it's us again. Welcome back, Gamers8, G8 for short. We are live from Riyadh with, guess what guys? Our LG match of the day, which does bring us in a new guest, of course. We're talking a little bit about Maniac. I wouldn't say resident sleeper. That's for the guy on the end, if he likes it or not.
Oh, all right, cool, yeah.
But if he likes it,
Why
if
is
he
he
doesn't,
getting so rude
Can't
from the very beginning?
Can't do a Vitality game without Maniac.
No, I was actually chilling at the hotel. I was almost falling asleep, and then I have a call from production saying, listen, you didn't hear it. Vitality's playing. Like, get in a car right now. And just got dressed, ran back to the production. I'm here right now.
Put his Vitality underwear on. And
So, as would luck
stood
would
there
have
with his
it.
cape ready to go. Yeah, okay. Well, that's a
how
whole
it is.
vibe and a half. And in fact, if you're at home just hearing this story and you have absolutely no idea what's going on, I implore you to open up your nearest Photoshop and give it a crack. Let's see if we can get that going here.
In the Vitality underwear?
Well,
I'd be honored to see that.
I was
All
thinking
right,
more like the
be
cape
the
part,
worst.
but I guess. Yeah, so now that we've introduced Maniac, YNK, he's been here with me for the past 2, I think.
decades.
Yeah, something like that. We'll go with decades. Nonetheless, we are ready to look at what is our match of the day. Navi Vitality is packing a punch. I don't think that anybody here can sit and tell you and sell you short on the idea that you lose here, you donezo.
Zyvo versus Simple.
It does have an act to it. There will always be something special to that matchup.
Yeah, and they put
it as simple as it is.
They put a tweet out earlier with the photo together, you know, legends.
All still mates.
All still mates, all still in the server. So I'm thinking we start this discussion a little bit around Navi, right? What did we learn from them yesterday?
No, I don't know really. I think we still have a lot to learn about this Navi squad. I think we've learned that they're still a little bit emotional, you know, a little bit up and down. We heard from Simple in that post-game interview that because Nuke went abysmal for them, that you know people were forgetting strats, they were forgetting nades, Simple included in some of the rounds. That T side was absolutely horrible, you know, and that wasn't a problem for them actually. Their T sides have been fine with this new lineup. So, but then they managed to weather the storm on the second map on their own pick, actually their opponent's pick, and then going into the decider, right? Like they completely stomped Furia. So you're like, wow, actually this looked really easy in the end. What's going on? So this will be actually a really, really big test for this Navi lineup.
Yeah, a very tightly contested bracket. You know why? Because it's single elimination, and that's exactly what's on the cards for us as we do find ourselves staring down the barrel of Navi versus Vitality. We might as well see what they've got to say heads up.
So playing against Navi would also, I feel like, I wouldn't say like comfortable for us, but we sort of know what to expect, I feel like, with, you know, Aleksib, how he is as an IGL and sort of those things. But, you know, they're a good team. I think people misjudged them in the sense that they saw JL and IM and they thought like, and Aleksib, and they think, this is not looking so good. But I think they picked up the correct players. I think it's a matter of time to them, but obviously I want to believe that we, you know, coming into this matchup, obviously we're feeling confident, but we need to show up, and if we show up, I believe we have enough to beat them.
Surely there's no way. Trying to bait all the picks out. Sphinx! No way! No! Surely not! I can't believe he's done that! He's a robot!
It's gonna be like a harder game, most likely, because yeah, like they did the change as well with only one player. We did 3, so we're gonna be the underdog basically, in my opinion at least.
Fury, that's for everybody. Now you try again. You've got Simple to. Oh, come on! He hit the no-scope straight through the vents, finishes off the job, gets away from the flames. You might go for a repeat. You're crazy! You're absolutely mad.
These 2 players, I feel like Zyvo and Simple are the players that can probably single-handedly win you like a match. Not alone. They need the team obviously, but their amount of impact can be so important. They can get those 2 entries and they instantly change a game, and now it looks like so. Simple is always an X factor, and coming into it, I'm very happy to have another one like that.
In Blast,
So playing against Navi would also, I feel like, I wouldn't say like comfortable for us, but we sort of know what to expect, I feel like, with, you know, Aleksib, how he is as an IGL and sort of those things. But, you know, they're a good team. I think people misjudged them in the sense that they saw JL and IM and they thought like, and Aleksib, and they think, this is not looking so good. But I think they picked up the correct players. I think it's a matter of time to them, but obviously I want to believe that we, you know, coming into this matchup, obviously we're feeling confident, but we need to show up, and if we show up, I believe we have enough to beat them.
Surely there's no way. Trying to bait all the picks out. Sphinx! No way! No! Surely not! I can't believe he's done that! He's a robot!
it's gonna be like a harder game, most likely, because yeah, like they did the change as well with only one player. We did 3, so we're gonna be the underdog basically, in my opinion at least.
Fury, that's for everybody. Now you try again. You've got Simple to... Oh, come on. He hit the no-scope. Straight through the vents, finishes off the job, gets away from the flames. You might go for a repeat. You're crazy! You're absolutely mad.
These two players, I feel like Zywo and Simple are the players that can probably single-handedly win you like a match. Not alone, they need the team obviously, but their amount of impact can be so important. They can get those 2 entries and they instantly change a game, and now it looks like so. Simple is always an X factor, and coming into it, I'm very happy to have another one like that.
In Blast we qualified, so we did good. In Cologne we did a good show as well, beating FaZe as well. Only Valeri beat and Simple played together, and then the rest of us are like, we are new. Like, you don't know how people react around you because they're short time, and then like it's gonna be mistakes.
I feel like with Vitality we had more officials than Navi, but on the other hand we lack practice compared to Navi. I think just the Cologne difference, they have probably 4, 3, 4, 5, even 5 more days of practice, which I think changes more, but we had more officials, which is probably the better practice. All we need to be is like a little bit on point in terms of our communication and our energy, and that enough can, you know, surprise many teams.
For sure we're gonna put at least a good fight, or if not, we're gonna win.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody. It is Gamers8. That's G8 for short, of course.
Let's run it back one more
That's
time.
essentially what we're... Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Maniac, it's Yanko.
Those things do happen, and they are completely out of Maniac's control, so please stop sending all the hate to him on X.com
yeah,
or whatever
I think
it is.
it's undeserved, uncalled for.
I thought so, too, and that's why we're putting it out there now. What did you learn right there? Twice.
You know what are Vitality and Navi, Trace?
The match of the day by LG, yeah.
2 of the most hated teams in Brazil right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because they eliminated MIBR and Furia from this tournament. That's how they got to be in the match of the day, facing each other in the quarterfinal of Gamers8 in Saudi Arabia. Riyadh, Maniac, back to you in the studio.
Absolute drama. Crazy scene. Unhinged scenes out there.
Unhinged. When you say unhinged, what does that define exactly? What are you saying when you say unhinged?
Unhinged, I'm talking about the passion.
Talking about unhinged, I want to talk about our good friend Anders, because actually when it comes to Simple and Zywo, he had a very good description, the difference between the two, right? He's like, Zywo is the perfect student, you know, he has the correct answer to every question in the test. But Simple, he's a virtuoso. He gives you answers to the question that you didn't even know were an option, right? And I think that describes the difference between the two. Simple is more of an X factor. Zywo is more just incredible instincts, right? Always sort of finding himself to be in the correct position. Obviously, a very mechanically skilled player, so it's just an enjoyment to see them square off on the server.
But impact, that's been the focal point, at least over on social medias. Now, I know that you're ready for that, Maniac.
No. In fact, I would like this conversation to remain civil.
Never again.
I don't want to hear that term ever in my life.
You've broken him. It's over.
No, that's him. No, that's Maniac.
I was like, well, I'm all right.
No, like,
so why the hell are people talking about
Listen, I'm
that?
going to take you back to the
Matthew McConaughey,
1800s.
True Detective, like you asked me about Simple.
Well,
Taking that cigarette.
Time is a flat circle, and yeah. No,
Great.
Maniac. What does that mean exactly? Like, why would that even be a thought process?
No, why do you want me to explain
Well,
to you
you
what
started
we go
with the
as
1800s, so let's get there.
And I was going to go back to
SPSS.
the roots of sociology and how we started, studying
CLG.
sociology.
Sorry, I heard CLG. It's
CLG, what are you talking about?
He's just
Can we talk
trolling
about
you,
the game at hand?
Yeah,
You wanna take
please,
us
my
through, like,
God. Yeah, we're
absolute
talking about our
craziness?
match of the day. Again, that is Navi Vitality. Single elimination, so probably
All right.
time to shine.
Listen, I love what Yanko brought to the table. There's a lot of poetry out there, Simple, the virtuoso. Let's cut the crap. Vitality's the favorite. They are the better team. They have more tenure, more
For me, I
experience,
guess.
better map pool. That's just how it is. Like, Vitality, our favorite. And we're going to go in with confidence. It's going to be a quick game. It's going to be all good.
But we just heard the idea of the tide turning players, right? We heard it from Flames twice. We heard him say that the idea that these are players that can really win the game for you, even though obviously you need all 5.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's always the factor. And we saw yesterday with Navi against Fury a bit on that decider on Ancient, just turned on another gear really and really took over that particular game. Yeah,
and which is something we're going to be looking out for. Obviously, though, to get all these tools in the same shed, you need someone to kind of captain that ship. And by captaining it, I mean IGLing. It's going to be Aleksib catching out with us.
The matches continue here at Gamers8. And Aleksib, I want to touch on what you thought of yesterday and where you felt Navi was struggling the most and what you look to try and improve on so quickly day after day.
I think we got a bit caught off guard with the Veto and definitely showed some shakiness at the start of the series. And I feel like it has happened in the past as well with this lineup where we kind of like get into the series and then take it from there. but I'm happy we showed our true colors in the end. But it's still a scary situation if we can play that bad as we did at the start. And yeah, we spoke about it, and I hope it's not going to happen today.
And it can't happen today, right, against a team like Vitality. I want to ask you, though, when it comes to the map pool and what Navi have to offer, are you ready for a challenge like Vitality?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us right now is obviously the map pool. It's hard to catch up these tier 1 teams or the top 5 teams because they played with each other for some time now. I know that we managed to win against G2, managed to win against FaZe, but at the end of the day, they were really close games, and they didn't have too much data on us. So I think it's just us right now trying to improve, trying to stay ahead, even though our opponents know what we're doing. But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for us is just making sure that we learned from the mistakes yesterday, trying to improve on the maps that we were a bit weak on, and go from there.
And how much pressure do you feel, in particular, on you as the leader, right, when it comes to your T-sides? When we look at the start of this, your T-sides were fantastic, but we saw yesterday a bit of a slip-up, right, against Fury or Nuke.
Yeah, but as I said, I mean, it is a different dynamic overall. Blade is involved a lot, and we are doing our preparations differently than I'm used to. But at the end of the day, it's we're still one unit, and we were forgetting basic things yesterday where it comes to like smokes and different strats we're running. And we did some homework now, and I hope that we're just going to be twice as good today.
He's got a smile on his face. Let's see if the homework pays off. Let's see what they got. Thank you very much, mate.
Now, you're both college-educated lads, right? You've done your homework, or perhaps you haven't. Nonetheless, what does the homework tell you from Aleksib? I
think it's just, you know, they got caught off guard in the Veto yesterday. That was a problem. And you can tell it's still, people are still getting used to things. There's 6 maps that you need to play, that you need to add things on, structure. Aleksib has to get used to Blade as a coach and what are the things that he wants to nail down in their game, right? And people are going to forget stuff and, you know, not be on the same page about things. So it's still a learning process, and you just have to find a way to fight through it all.
Yeah, definitely. And I think outside of Simple, for whom we will always have trust, no matter the circumstances, no matter the map, we know what the output is going to be. You have players in Bit and Imme who have to come into their role in this project. I think Imme is a great example on Mirage. Couple of rough games at the very beginning. Now the last 2 maps have been great. Bit pops off massively on Ancient, makes the game look easy, like there's absolutely no discussion, but there's no guarantee at all. So I think if you're Navi, you try and cater to these 2 and make sure you help them find that comfort zone, because you don't need to cater to Simple. Like he'll do his job no matter what. He'll
find a way, most likely, which is exactly what you expect out of Simple. There are a lot of candidates in this matchup that you could sit there and say, yeah, they got a pedigree, they know how to play the game, like, right? So we hear from Aleksib. It's only fair that we also hear from Apex.
Now next to step up to the plate, and your first time on stage because you're playing on the B stream last time around. Obviously, I'm not worried about any stage experience for you guys when it comes to this, but I am worried a bit that MIBR was such an easy opponent for you guys. And is there something different you need to do in your approach and how you hit this game, considering you're going up against Navi?
Not really. I think that's what's important for us is to focus on ourselves. We're still a new team with Shah, so we just want to get the more experience as much as possible. So for us, the main goal is just to focus on ourselves for this tournament. So whoever we play is going to be the same.
And when you say, obviously, yes, you're a new team with Flamesy coming in, how far along do you think this development has happened already, and how comfortable are you feeling overall with him?
Well, obviously last week we didn't have much practice because we went back from 1 month away from home, so we had to get some days off. And I was sick after Cologne. Like it's when your body answers like after a month being away, a month of stressful things. So it wasn't easy to practice. We did like 2 days, but that wasn't perfect. Far from that. So obviously we're still a bit far, but that's not an excuse for us to lose today or anywhere, anytime. We just want to show that we are among the best, and that's it.
Do you feel like you've got a massive advantage over Navi when it comes to this map pool right now, though? Because they don't really have some core maps where they've got key fundamentals on right now. They seem to be struggling on multiple angles.
Yeah, I think that they don't know yet about the map pool because they're a young team, and they also didn't have the best time to prepare. So I think we have a bit of a hedge of them, even though we also like kind of don't know what map we prefer right now. So yeah, I think the edge is just a small margin, I would say.
And you got the edge enough to take the win today?
Yes, I mean, as I said, we want to show that we are among the best. So for me, win has to happen today.
Let's see if we can get it done. I like what he's saying. Let's see what happens in Vitality against Navi. So, I'm glad you wrote that down.
With moves like that, how could you ever doubt Vitality?
He's played football for many, many years. You could see he's still got the acceleration.
The agility, it's undeniable.
Undeniable. You know what's another thing that we didn't mention yet about this game and about Vitality?
What's that?
Is that Zonic isn't here.
Oh, that's very
Zonic
true.
is not at this event, and we'll see if that will... I mean, I think it'll definitely have some sort of an impact, right? We'll just have to see how big and whether it will be detrimental for Vitality. I think, seeing as how Apex is an emotional guy, right? And this is going to be could be a very strange game with a lot of ups and downs because of the inconsistencies over in the Navi camp. So you have to be able to keep your cool. They still have Matt, who is the assistant coach. He's a very experienced guy. You know, used to play in 1.6, won WCG in 2007, actually beating Zonic in the final. So, and he's been on the team for a long time, right? And he's, in the terms of preparation, it's all going to be fine. But in terms of sort of keeping Apex's leash
we played together.
somewhat tight.
We played together in CSGO with Apex and Matt in LDLC. Yeah, so there is a bit of a pre-existing relationship between the two. I think there is a language to be spoken. Exactly.
Yeah, they love
French,
language. Yeah, that one, the French language. That's the one. Okay, so let's do this. Not only is this our match of the day, this is also a quarterfinal, guys. So, and when you think about that, the stakes have never been higher. I want to know what maps we're going to be playing or what we're not going to be playing. Who did the research?
Listen, I think James touched on it a little bit in the interview. Navi is not exactly in a place where they can abuse some of the weaknesses that we've seen from Vitality. For example, Vertigo won't be played. We've seen Flamesy struggle just a little bit. That won't be the case. And in terms of picks, look, it's not that easy. I think Navi's been improving and making great strides on Mirage, but it's a map that even Vitality picked against ENCE in Cologne. So there's not like they're starting from nowhere. Vitality have a couple of options going into this. They actually decided to go for Nuke. Personally, I'm not going to put too much thought into the loss against Furia because the whole like double sniper, auto sniper, whatever the hell, I think it was a very singular matchup, but it's a map that Vitality have looked very decent on.
Yeah, and I think for the last map, I think probably Inferno here for Vitality. It could have also been their pick, but Vitality really likes to punish with the pick, and they don't even go for Inferno. They decide to go for Overpass. I think they're banking a little bit on the discomfort levels over in the Navi camp.
Yeah, you know how we usually say, like, you know, focus on yourself, your strength, not your opponent's weaknesses. That's right there. That's a U-turn. The comfort zone for Vitality was Inferno. They've played it a bunch with Flames. They've found already a couple of moves and patterns that works on the B side as well with Apex. But here they say, you know what? We don't think you're ready on Overpass. We see your weakness on Overpass, even though they don't have a whole lot of reps. So that's kind of diverse from what we usually see.
And this is who Vitality is. They always pick to punish, right? It's a little bit surprising they decide to go for it in the Decider too. You maybe want something that's a little bit closer to home for you when it comes to that. But hey.
Hey, here it is. Hey, speaking of which, I know you're going to pick Vitality. Let's just skip right past that.
Yes.
Who you got, Yanko?
I have to go with Vitality too, but I think I'm going to give Mirage to Navi, really, you know?
Okay.
I think they have a good chance of winning that map. Ima has been great on it, so yeah, let's make it a 3-mapper, Trace. Why the hell not?
Yeah, why the hell not? Now's your chance.
In my immense generosity, I am ready to allow a 3rd map series to happen.
You'll do that.
I am ready to allow it.
Well,
as long as Vitality win.
That's the only thing that would make sense at this point. This is a quarterfinal. This is Gamers8, and this is the time to shine. That's right, we're going Mirage, Nuke, and Overpass should we need it. This matchup is brought to you by Sponge Machine.
It's time for our LG match of the day. Our 3rd and final match in a series that everyone is waiting for. It's Navi taking on Vitality. Fancy, you ready?
I'm ready, man. It's the first quarterfinal of Gamers8 CSGO. It's gonna be history made tonight. أعزائنا المشاهدين زي ما تشوفون بيكون عندنا مباراة من أقوى المباريات اللي عندنا، مباراة ليجندز بيتواجهون معنا، لكن لا ننسى أنها سنجل إليمينيشن، واحد منهم راح يودع الرياض الليلة. يا ترى مين بيكون؟ صعب مرة، أي أحد ممكن يقرر.
Now I'm going to do you a little bit dirty here, my man.
Oh no.
You know, in the previous game, your prediction was a huge fumble. You went for FaZe, man. I took that VP just because you went there.
I mean,
you just keep taking L's on the stage with me.
You wanted it to be interesting, and it worked for you, but don't ask me about this game because I can never decide, man.
Oh, you can never decide? Ah, you're not going to go with it? Should we find out what the crowd's thinking? They're filling out a little bit more here.
Oh, yeah.
You guys can wait for it. Let me hear this. We got some Navi fans? Okay. And what about the Vitality side? Oh, we're getting boos on the other side. Well, this is going to make it a little bit more fun out there.
It's going to be intense, man.
Now, when it comes to intensity, that's what we expect from this matchup. Both teams fighting for survival, right? It is not easy from start to finish in any of these games. And we've got two of the best players in the world going head-to-head. The Zyru versus Simple matchup is one we always love and enjoy. But right now, it's completely different levels of teams. Vitality looks so much better.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing that I'm worried about is when we heard Apex talking about the interview, he's just focusing on the fact that they didn't practice that much after IM Cologne because he was sick, and that might not bring them to the level that we're expecting. But at the same time, we know that it's best of 3 and we know it's single elimination, so they're going to give it everything they have, and I'm sure that it's going to be a good one. زي المشاهدين زي ما احنا عارفين المباراة هذه بتكون جدا جدا مهمة لكل الفريقين، لكن تيم فيتاليتي يوم سوينا مقابلة مع ابيكس قبل قليل كان يتكلم على انه ما كان عندهم فرصة يدربون كثير ولا قدروا انهم يعطونا كل اللي عندهم في المباراة الماضية اللي وصلتهم الى الكوارتر فاينلز، لكن الان بيكون عندهم فرصة انهم يعوضون قدام نافي.
Well, let's not keep anyone waiting any longer. Let's get our first team to the stage. They're ready to rock it once again in the black and yellow. Let's see what they got. The crowd favorite out here. It's Navi! Now, Simple as always the star, but yesterday we saw Bit dominate from start to finish. Now, it was touch and go. That game certainly wasn't easy. And Aleksib was saying in an interview what they need to do in order to deliver a win today against Vitality. The map pool is still something they're learning. As a team, they're still building chemistry, and that is not easy to do. But you've got 5 players hungry to secure another win.
احنا عارفين نافي من افضل الفرق على مستوى العالم، لكن المشكله الوحيده اللي عندهم الان هي السينرجي ما بينهم. تكلموا كثير على قدرتهم انهم يحتاجون وقت اطول عشان يكون عندنا الفريق في الفورم النهائي حقه، لكن الان ما راح يكون عندهم فرصه ثانيه لان هذا سنجل إليمينيشن اعزائي المشاهدين، فحرفيا لازم يكون افضل اداء عندهم يطلع الان. خصمهم كلنا نعرف مين بيكونون، هم احد الافضل في العالم، كلكم منتظرين اللحظه هذه من زمان اعزائي المشاهدين، خلونا نرحب فيهم على المسرح. في أول ظهور في المسرح تيم فيتاليتي. كثير من الجمهور ما يتفقون انه تيم فيتاليتي راح يفوز في هذه المباراة، لكن اذا في شيء واحد متأكدين منه بيكون ان هذه المباراة بتكون اقوى مباراة عندنا في تاريخ Gamers8. حتى اللحظة هذه ما ندري مين بيكون الفائز، خصوصا انه اول ظهور لهم في المسرح بعد ما سمعنا انهم ما دربوا كثير بعد IM كولون. ممكن ما نشوف المستوى اللي متوقعينه من فيتاليتي، بس هم جايين عشان يعطونكم شو.
Well, the team is not got the chemistry when it comes to walking down the stairs, but let's hope they got the chemistry on the server. That's what they'll need. Now, the crowd is actually booing against them, but they've got smiles on their faces. They're having fun. But when it comes to the server, it's going to be anything but fun. They need to deliver their absolute A game if they want to take the win.
They definitely love a challenge. أعزائي المشاهدين، هذه المباراة هي الكوارتر فاينل، الفائز منهم على طول بتكون من أحد التوب 4 تيمز اللي موجودين عندنا في هذه البطولة، والفائز على طول بيقدر يضمن نفسه بكمية نقاط كثيرة، خصوصا انه بيكون يقرب اكثر انه ياخذ اللاين شير من $1,000,000 الجائزه الكبرى اللي عندنا في CSGO Gamers8. لكن المباراه هذه ما حد يقدر يتوقع مش النتيجه حقتها. And don't you dare ask me about the prediction because I'm not going to say it.
Well, both teams can take their seats. Go and get yourselves ready, guys, and strap yourselves in for a wild ride of counterstrike. We're late into the night, but we're late into the action. It's a match we've been waiting for. And you said don't dare ask you. Okay, well, you can have Vitality. I'm having Navi, and that's the way it's going to go. I'm putting it on you.
All right, fine. I'm actually okay with it. أعزائي المشاهدين على طول نروح للمعلقين نتكلم أكثر شو ممكن يصير في هذه المباراة، لأن احنا زي ما احنا عارفين واحد منهم بيودع الليلة في الرياض هنا في البوليفارد. بالتوفيق لهم إن شاء الله. على طول مع المعلقين.
Let's get ourselves into the game. It's Navi taking on Vitality.
Quarterfinals to end your evening, the very first of the 4 matchups we have ahead of us. Yes, from 16 down to just 8 I'm Machine and I'm joined by Sponge. We've got a banger here. We've got the GOAT versus the God. What's going to go down here?
Yeah, we've got the best at the moment of Zywu taking on Simple, and that's always a public holiday as far as Counter-Strike is concerned. This type of matchup always delivers, but it's going to be the first time the new Navi roster is taking on Vitality, previous major champions, obviously with the new addition of Mr. Flamesy. And we're going to be heading into some Mirage for map number 1, Navi's choice. Nuke, which we saw Navi struggle with, will be the second map picked by Vitality.
Now, exactly, but I do love what Matthew said on the desk as well regarding Nuke. He said, I think that that's singular and matchup specific because of this double AWP, DAC, AWPing, CT side. He's right, he considers that separate to perhaps what you can grow to expect from Navi's Nuke.
That's a reasonable take right there, and we've got a whole map of Counter-Strike before we even need to worry about Cedar Creek. But Navi, yesterday, Bit was looking fantastic on Ancient.
Plus 17, Chad.
They just kept hitting his side. He just kept mowing him down. So it's going to be good stuff. But we also heard from Flames in the interview. It feels like he's got a decent understanding of what Aleksib likes to do, how he likes to approach the game. Here he is on your screen. Used to play with Aleksib over there on OG. And here's Matt. Also, nice little tidbits from Yanko about the assistant coach, who's going to be the coach right now, as Zonic was unable to make it here for G8. Regardless, I think they're in safe hands, and Zonic is watching on from home, but this could be quite the barn burner ahead of us. Maybe another 3-map affair.
Yeah, and of course, in order to get here, worth highlighting that both of the Brazilian teams had to be eliminated. We saw Navi take a full 3-map affair against Furia, and MIBR falling in 2 to Vitality. So let's get this quarterfinal started. The first map will be on Mirage. And it looks like the timer has started. Navi take to the T side to get things going, and Vitality onto that defense. And 5 sets of Kev for this CT start.
The Ukrainians here getting the P250s in hand. One for Bit, one for Simple. Simple's got armor behind it. Got smoke obscured.
Bit and Simple with a 1.2 rating in their first affair. First fixture here in the quarters. Let's see if they can match that. Oh, Bit, he's been spotted out, that nice elevated angle towards Ticket, chips him away a little lower. And oh yeah, he's been put down. Apex on that P2K. And JL onto Zywu, missed that one.
Lots of space here though for JL. Spinks trying to track him down. Position given up now, JL needs to be careful here. You can see aware of all the angles as Spinks will take down Aleksib.
Issues now because they're heading into the site, and Flames, he's going to be the first on the scene. Good job onto the bomb carrier. So Im's gone. Flames finds chance to reload, and oh my god, GL! He takes them both down on the CT side. Leaves it all onto Simple. A winnable 1 versus 2 with the bomb on the floor. Well aware of where Flames was located, but Spinks is the question mark. Oh, information. And he's taunting, toying with their information now. Back and forth he goes, looking to isolate Jules, and with precision, Simple strikes. A second required, and Spinks will provide. Defends and converts that Simple clutch. And considering how hard JL worked and the shot from Simple, they're going to feel hard done by not having a round to boast.
Yeah, that's thanks to JL. They even bothered to get that bomb down right. He created access in towards the site. Good job from Simple with the single. Going to be disappointed. Spinks bopped him right there, but Spinks with a pair of frags as well. And that's the start we're looking for your match of the day. The first quarterfinal, a back and forth just on the pistol round. And with the plant, there's questions to be asked here for Navi going into round number 2. Flames responding in time, got the jump on Ime right there. This is the double from JL, and you feel that he should have been dead to rights, but great work from him. We'll be able to accrue a little bit of extra cash, which should result in, I think he can afford himself an AK here. Yeah, he has been able to buy himself an AK, so a threatening second round with the force buy and play Apex over towards Connector. We can note that the setup for Vitality, Flamesy and Spinks over towards B. Apex, the connector player, Zywu window, but basically the AWP will be everywhere, and Magisk gets this A anchor. You can see him highlighted here.
It's on JL. They're really backing him up for the impact. And Aleksib B's been cut down by Zywu. Magisk, he was flashed off, but Apex will finish the job, and this is spotless, perfect, untarnished. This defense, all hinging now on that Simple dig. He's going to go down shortly. They're charging forwards. Magisk confirms he's on the way back, and from behind, Flames will strike clean. 5 down, 5 alive, Vitality 2-0.
Yeah, it doesn't get better than that for a second round here. So even with that AK that JL invested into, they don't get anything done whatsoever. Simple had a lot to say after they executed, and still the mouth is moving. One can only speculate what's being said, but it's going to be a light one. Good response time. Getting involved and just making sure they can't take too much space over towards A, not allowing that bomb to go down, and should be looking at a Another clean round available here. Just have to avoid the headhunters of the Deagles. But something that Navi are pretty good at is with the pistols. We were noting that against Furia, right? They were able to do damage on rounds like these. And that's if they were given the opportunity to take the fights. Now there's the first. JL trying to keep this pace up. Out the A round, the first death in this one.
And JL, obviously so bolstered by that drop he received, decided to treat Simple to a Deeg. Not sure it's going to be particularly impactful. Shallow molly on that B defense. Flames has got Ime just sniffing out anything he can find on these lighter pistols. There are 3 Deegs equipped. And then we saw Ime actually in their first game, finding a couple of high-impact Deegs, as you were alluding to.
Right now, within the 3 rounds that we've played, Vitality have set the tone with the opening kills. So if they can keep this up, it'll be the most important round coming up next as the guns do fall into the hands. Right now, a bit of a Milkman special. Allowing Vitality to rifle through whatever util they may have left. Now, Flamesy staying defensive with that smoke. If he feels under threat, he can drop it, but also Spinks is responding to this.
Oh, he's gone for the flashbang there across, and SMG should be perfect weapon for the job. Spinks and Flames combine and make it 3-0.
Now, there's some details from the Vitality game since Flamesy has joined that is quite key. They like to take a lot of heads-up fights in towards B apartments, Spinks and Flamesy, right? They'll work in tandem, they'll play aggressive, they'll use util, they'll allow him to clear out. And I'm not talking pushing all the way, but just vying for control up to point of the kitchen. Now, with this MP9, Flamesy could have that type of maneuver. He could jump out of window, go to underpass, they could fight mid with it. Lots of options available here. But Navi, they do get the rifles out. Instant window smoke, sorry. Cat smoke as well, flashes in play. Simple, peppered up ever so lightly. Molly here from Spinks in response. And Flamesy hasn't taken the fight mid, but he has taken the SMG elsewhere. That'll be his regular haunt of the B bomb site. You can see Simple, he feels like he's under pressure if he's dropping a flash like that.
Yeah, not to be the case though. Spinks and Apex are tasked with keeping hold of Connector. With window smoke deployed, he's pre-firing it. Apex, yeah, he's going to get rumbled on that one. Good awareness, I think, just off a sliver of info. And Spinks will just take his place. He'll have another go. Does Ime really get 2 for 2, or are they going to overlook the position, given there's a frag there already? Oh, Spinks massacres them both, safe from the flames, and he will elope through the smoke. 4 on 3.
Bomb down here, and they're going to need to go ahead and pick that back up. Bit's looking for a fight in the interim. So I was the man to deal with the defensive smoke dropped. I don't think you want to brave this now.
What you got for us, JL? We need someone to turn the tide of battle to on his plate on the A site. Magisk is on it. Oh, just on a timing, looked away and dead now. JL's tied us back up at 3 each, and it probably favors the T side here.
But they're not expecting Flamesy. He doesn't traditionally.
Oh, yeah, too soon. Oh, he's so low. Bullets, Flames, 3 HP. Simple could bang him out with 1 through the boards. JL is well aware he's trapped, and Spinks has caught bit as well, so this is getting really close. Spinks again has made it awkward for Simple, as Flames just trying to survive delay, and only the one Flames does leave with the frag, and they'll leave with another round quad kill out of Spinks. He is in top form.
Yeah, bang on. I was about to follow up right there. The fact that he understands that they're glued and so focused on that dark position, he takes the risk and finds a timing, and it's great from Spinks. When you see a player like this taking those heads-up type of plays, it's great. And this was the double-up, making good on Apex's promise early. I know there's a lot of critics out there of having Apex playing over towards this connected position, but if an in-game leader can play that position and feel the flow of the game, it can be instrumental here. Back down to pistols and an AK.
Yeah. Facilitated Simple with a rifle, and with Aleksib posting a Tech 9 frag, and Apex he can't swing because of the molly, so Spinks has to be the one to step up for that early frag. Oh! Ime hits a scorcher, and Ime's done it again! Double D from Ime. Finally down to Apex eventually, but taking his time about it and caught by him Simple on the trade.
Well, they know this is the anchor.
Yeah, well, they know where he is, and they have him in his sights. Magisk gets a new lease of life thanks to the miss of JL's Deeg, but the round's falling into place nonetheless.
Yeah, look at how much space Simple can take here. Bit just needs to rotate over, and you're not too worried about the underpass play because Magisk was over towards Ticket here, so that would be a regular way that this rotation could get cut off. Now, the question is, with a lot of money, and the fact that this was a lighter investment from Navi, does Magisk want to give this one a look? You can see him starting to wander over and investigate the options. As the bomb gets planted, maybe, just maybe, that's enough to secure Navi's first. And it just came with pace of Aleksi's Tech 9 and some banger shots on the deagle of Ime. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, one is amazing. The second, Like, Spinks was just trying to find a response, trying to keep it level.
And it was a good response, especially after they lose the opening kill, to have the two bodies of the B players come and fight. Right. It's hard to fault that.
Yeah.
But when you get absolutely smashed, just clobbered.
I haven't heard that one in a long time.
Oh, okay. Well.
Oh, that's not great.
No, that's not great. Sorry, Simple.
Sorry.
Terrorists win.
Kind of a technical timeout here, everybody. Yeah, okay. Well, technical timeout has been called. Well, there's other options.
Last time I had this happen, someone handed me a handwritten note in the middle of my first ever quarterfinal.
This is cheekier than a handwritten note, isn't it? It's like we've been dobbed on.
Yeah.
Well,
so the weather.
I suppose the best solution is they could change the audibles in the arena.
That's true.
That would be the safest solution for everybody.
I don't think there's many Arabic speakers on the stage.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think we're safe.
That would work. That would be a quick solution.
A quick fix. What should we try and say? See if we can elicit something here.
Looks like it's been resolved.
Oh, wonderful.
Players are happy. Admins have given us a double thumbs up. And we'll get back underway.
I like that he called us Mr.
Yeah. and he called us Mr. Machine. Let's go. It's game time, round 6. And already Madge is posturing for a forward. Aggress towards the ramp position, bit yet to frag.
Has support here as well.
He does have support. And they just go dry. Madge's big contribution. And Vitality immediately with a leg up in the round. Caught off guard and already caging the highest performer in their opening game. So far, bit yet to find a frag. 380R and Flames, good awareness through the smoke. He has Aleksib low.
Really lands on Emma here to be able to make something happen.
Yeah, but look at this perfect placement of the crosshairs. ZywOo eliminates the threat, extends their advantage. A deep incendiary facilitates Madge to go wide behind it. JL's ready, hyper aware of the play.
You see the shake of the head there as well.
Too telegraphed, he knew what was up.
Yeah. All right.
Like, oh, that molly's deeper than normal. It's like you're leaving space for someone.
Well, they know that ZywOo was here. Apex can't be too far away.
Straight through the smoke. Bit of a Flames maneuver he's thrown into the mix here. JL, straight into the site, lots of space. Oh, and Apex looks away. Simple has managed to level the odds a little. Aleksib to plant, Simple. Goes to body. Oh, and he's hit the shot. ZywOo racks him up, and Vitality comfortable in another conversion.
What are you meant to do right there if you're Aleksib? You're just punching the digits. You were low from the spam from Flamesy that you highlighted earlier in the round, and ZywOo happens. JL with some impact to try and make the round a bit of a possibility there, but not to be the case. 5-1. Navi will be able to get back into things here. Quick, smart. Now this one here, as soon as this happens, Simple left with absolutely nothing to do. That was the JL kill on the push. Maybe you couldn't quite believe his luck coming to him. And will be a tactical timeout taken here on the Navi side of the server. So Blade chipping in. You can see him directing the conversation to Aleksib.
So ZywOo will be pulling out his AWP, or sorry, keeping hold of his AWP, but Simple in response is going to have one of his own.
JL's lining up insta window here, just trying to see if they want to do anything with the spawns that are available. Simple has an opportunity to try and punish, and as I mentioned, over towards B, they do like the aggression. That could have been one port of call, but not to be the case. He's
going for it. He wants to have answers towards middle. Nothing too audacious, not all outrageous. Just a standard start. A fantastic start from Spinks and Flames. 17 frags, and ZywOo onto Simple, okay. That's already looking awkward. Navi needs something from him, and he's got one before Apex puts him down. Two-man advantage. Now they're smooth sailing. Again, Vitality, this is quite the start. An imposing presence on this defense. It doesn't feel like there's much room for Navi to find trades to manufacture a mid-round.
No, and right there, it told us Zyro was flash. I'd love to see that one back in the replay, but at this point, Jail and Bit in combination here to try and make something out of a round like this because it all just faded so quickly. Bit with some room. Would love to see him getting activated here on the scoreboard. We know how much impact this Headhunter can have. The smoke will land. It will draw the attention. JL staying noisy with this. There's problems here. Flames is going to find him easy as you like, and now it's just one more Bit. Has been able to worm his way in for a little bit of room, but Magisk ready for it. Sharp, a headshot comes through, and the lead has grown 5-1 in favor of Team Vitality here.
The more I watch Vitality, the more it feels like they're just going to keep developing, growing.
Yes. Because like Flamesy's potential to grow is huge, right? And he's in positions right now.
And you're integrating him.
Yes, and he's in positions right now, especially on the CT side, that are not his home positions. But then also Spinx's development. Yeah, Spinx got to play over there with Ents, right? And we know how well Ents are doing at the moment. But him as a player is still relatively new on our screens. So if Spinx can continue to develop as well, and you have that trio alongside Zywu, we have to remember Zywu's quite young as well.
That's true. He's certainly already found consistency and...
He's only 22.
Yeah. Well, they will boost over that deeper smoke, and Spinx is considering an investigation. Just backing away now. But not a full investment here. They are just leaning on Imme this time. And this duo on B, constantly proactive, constantly setting each other up, and ooh, Simple, he's safe from that initial boost, but they can go wide on this, and it's a nice deep angle into the stairs if anyone wants to join him at. Oh, look at Zywu, he's locked him in, he's got such a good read of the situation, does miss his shot, but Spinx will not. And just like that, the advantage again secure for Vitality, gets worse for Aleksib. Spinx catches him. And Apex good onto the head of Simple. There's the JL Deeg.
He's had some nice shots, JL.
He certainly has, but it's not going to translate into a round, that's for sure. Magisk collects. And so do Vitality, 7-1 off the rip.
So I think we're 6-2 as far as opening exchanges have gone so far in favor of Vitality. They've got the lion's share, and I struggle to see how that's going to change. Now, both teams getting out their optimal buys into the next round, but Navi, this is your map choice. We need to see something, and soon. I like that little combination, right? You were highlighting the position of Zywu over towards the default box, and then that boost came in. So essentially, the connector player is trapped. And Simple's frustrations, like they're growing early here. Another different look. This is going to be Zywu getting boosted up. The AWP head-to-head, and Simple gets the better of him this time round.
Yeah, they're 1 and each in that head-to-head right now.
That's their third opener.
Let's see if they can actually make a round out of this one. A little bit of pepper from Apex onto Aleksib. Now the intentions are clear. You can see the formation starting to take shape towards the Palace position. Still with the Imme and Aleksib lingering out mid, and it's Spinx investigating over the smoke for now. He got the best of Imme last time they had this exchange from con smoke to that underpass. He'll flash it this time, and the molly as well. Spinx, extinguish, forced out of him, trying to get away, repositioning, getting sprayed. Good find from Imme. Lots of damage back, but still the frags come through. Flames can do a lot of damage here, but he is all alone, hiding, tucked into the corner, knowing they're low and susceptible to the spray. They will get that bomb down.
Keyword damage. Does he play for that here?
You'd think so. Could be in his best interest with 6 grand as well, and Simple down. They're forcing more and more of these rebuys. Flames, a triple. On the warpath now, Jail's opted for the AWP. He's not known to be an AWPer. If that nade lands and it obscures his view, he hits the shot. But still, significant damage dealt. Navi get themselves their second.
It's quite key. You can see that Jail has come with some swagger about him today, some confidence in a lot of the approaches he's had right there. You just say not known to be an AWPer, but he takes the heads up fight. He's more than happy to take the duel. We know the low HP player in the site. So Jail taking some responsibility here early on. And this would have been massive, right? Once he gets Simple here, the low HP, they're still floundering, aren't they? The post-plant positions are not strong. I think they're just hoping, hey, someone's going to kill him. And it comes down to a 2-on-1. So damage was felt, and keeping Navi on notice.
Oh, go on, Zywu. Zywu blinded off, gets himself out of dodge. But still 3 occupy mid, and Spinks immediately off the flash. Set up for success. Ime had a white screen there. Must have been Spinks' flash.
Yeah,
otherwise,
a self-flash.
No assist.
Oof, okay.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, look.
Don't see this one every day.
The tap position. Well, last round, what aided them was an opening pick. This time, Ime giving up his life here, or it being taken from him.
20. Wait, maths is hard. 25 and 7.
I'm trying to do mental math live on air.
Yeah. 25 and 7.
I respect it.
That is the combined frags of Spinks and Flames in just 9 rounds of play.
Yeah, they've been beast moding right now. He's been able to get this room, the molly. Didn't work as intended here, and will be held at bay for now. 45 seconds left on the clock. Oh, Apex is just such a nuisance.
Yeah, just when they think they've got a bit of room to maneuver, he strikes, and that could not be a tighter gap. Saiwu just holding more for info than frags. When you've got this advantage, it makes a lot of sense. And, you know, Simple, he wants to be the playmaker.
Yeah, 25 seconds. What's the go? What's the idea? Is it a save? Are we giving this one a crack? Well, we need to find something. And now, when you're not going to find anything when Saiwu's hitting shots like that.
They're so good. They're so tight as well. Hoping they give you something, but they're giving you nothing. Oh, a miss on the quick scope, which opens up to the double spray. It certainly is, but Magisk, oh, down to the no scope. Simple pins him to the wall, and with a couple of seconds to spare, they have got the bomb down. This would be crazy if Bit can close. He's lost Simple, he's lost his partner in crime, but the highest rated player in their first game here at Gamers8. Can he hit the shot? Yes, he can. And now on to Flames. He's been brilliant, but can he somehow recover? Bit with 3, looking for 4. And he's missed the shot. Flames nails it and saves them from an incredible attempt from the 2v4. 8 on the board for Vitality.
They almost pulled that one out of nowhere. The double kill
bro.
towards CT Spawn, the no-scope from Simple to unravel the Dark player, and then the 2v2 unfolds. Bit with an AWP in his hands. You don't see that every day of the week.
Oh, bloody hell, that was close. Look
This
at
double was great, right? You can see them just squirming. And that was after the great start. Simple, enough time to get the bomb down here. And Flames transcended to Flamesy in this one.
Right. Whoa.
Well, you know, when you get the nicest out of Saiwu, there's some good energy to be felt. Back in again.
But they're keeping, you know, an imposing presence even in round losses. Simple, boosted up over. Spinks walking up. You might be able to catch them, yeah? Perfect, perfect. They were not prepared for that at all. And now Aleksib, he can't hit his shots either. Spinks runs out of bullets. Aleksib might be lucky to get away with the AWP. But already mission accomplished. Vitality not only winning the half at 8, it looks like 9, imminent. Unless you can count on one of the remaining individuals. You've lost Simple. Aleksib barely hanging on by a thread.
And this is the thing, they need to make sure they're trading off of these openings. And right there, the option was very limited to do so. You see Simple just get knocked on his ass. But this is the thing, now they're just kind of dotted across the map, and it feels like without any space, they've been denied, and then they're grouped up, and where do we go? Well, Vitality know exactly what they're doing. They're staying very fluid in their approach on this CT side, whereas Navi, Alexi's going to have to try and piece this together round after round if they're not finding their openings. Look how strong this setup is.
Oh. It looks very good. Oh, and it's just combined with spray out of Spinks. Stands and delivers another double. 2 headshots off that M4.
I'm curious if he intentionally blocked the smoke because he was looking underpass, and I think the smoke hit him, and that created the gap in the window.
He ain't complaining.
I would take those every day of the week. Up to 16 now. 30 kills between Spinks and Flamesy combined.
You get the easier maths. That's not fair.
We go for whole numbers around here.
Yeah, that's nice. Nice round number.
This can get much, much worse for Navi.
Oh, if he just waited. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. And Aleksib still nails it. Got a single bullet. A paperclip could have killed Aleksib, but it seems like the save comes through. Of course, no bonus, so $350 is all they'll be kept to. Someone's going to have to drop him, and it's, ooh, Chatty B, get your abacus out, because it's weird.
Well, at this point of the game, like, I understand it's a 9-2 scoreline. There is now residual cash thanks to this Vitality bounce back. But, yeah, there's the owner from Spinks. And he gets these two as well. An absolute menace, isn't he?
He's a menace, and he's so comfortable. Like, it always feels like he's, how would I say it best? He's chilling. He's chilling. He's always chilling.
Yeah, he feels calm. Like,
yeah,
his
like
aim
in his
stays
gameplay.
calm. Yes.
You know what I mean? Like he's never like panicked. He's always has a good idea as
Does
to.
considered fit the bill?
Considered, thank you. That's much better. Yeah, I'd categorize him as one of the most considered players in modern Counter-Strike.
Well, with the saves, Alex, and the lack of rounds at this juncture, you're going to see Navi hit the big red panic button. Somebody needs to step up, and JL's already trying to throw his hat into the ring. A couple of good moments from him. Could be a mid-control, yeah, again from Vitality. Yep, here we go, ZywOo.
Fumble. But when ZywOo does it, it's actually deliberate. He's done that so that he can post up on that lower line.
It's the Aircast classic, I think, is...
And he's going to get rewarded for it, I reckon. Ooh, backs away. Ime well restrained. Rounds the corner now.
Well, they know an AWP was saved, right? So
that's true too.
You have to be slightly concerned for it to rear its head at some point. I think Apex is having a really good time with the information and being able to call his team into the correct positions for these setups.
Yeah. Well, with a team that's, you know, gone international and added 3 new players, I would imagine that they are going to be giving more info away than a well-rigid, well-refined year-long squad.
Yeah, and one of the keys that Aleksib pointed out in some of their victories recently, it's a team that there hasn't been a lot of data on, right? And now, when you get to the point you have a few more games under your belt, you're starting to show your tendencies, the way you approach, the way you like to call, the positions that the players are playing. It all starts to factor in. Well-timed.
Couldn't be better. I mean, that feeds into what we were just discussing.
And there's another one of those available here, but it's on the other side of the map, so I don't think we'll see it come into use.
That crosshair up with the wall.
And look, he's got his hand. Look, he doesn't have his hand. He didn't have his hand on the mouse or the keyboard.
Oh, could have a head-to-head, yeah. Or rather, AWP to butt. ZywOo turns away. Gets Simple in the feed. Nice control out of Apex. He's got more on his plate, though, and Aleksib beats his next victim. Vitality just topple the assault. And another one for Magisk. The A anchor is anchoring. And with 9 seconds left, there's nothing for you here. Yeah, Simple just resides himself to the save, and you can see the frustration. He's got a lot of things to say.
This is timeout territory yet again here, I think.
Dude, 10-2. 10-2. This is Navi's pick.
And we have Nuke next. And I understand what you said, Matthew said, that you reiterated. That is a concern. Or maybe not a concern, right? It's a bit more freeing and maybe a bit more hope. But if Navi don't get going, if this is a 12-3, 13-2 type of a half, and then they roll over once we get into the second, they lose the pistol at GG, move on to Nuke. They haven't even got started yet. And you also have to keep in mind it is late here, so that is going to factor into these players' heads. These are the things that you need to keep out, right? But this is just the state of the nation right now.
Spotted out of the player on tap. Spinks supported. Oh, this duo, Flames and Spinks, they've got every trick in the book, be it nakeds, be it boosts. They've got a solid crossfire established now. You're not breaking through this.
No, I'm uncertain unless it's given away, right? And the only player that's been somewhat transitional and giving away these overexcited peaks might be Apex, but I think he's been very well restrained and...
Yeah, fragging up.
Yeah, everybody is doing top-notch job from Vitality here, and this is showing the pedigree of this roster. They did come in as the favorites here, right? This is not necessarily a surprise, but the scoreline and the lack of resistance from Navi is.
They're going to test Flamesy.
Yeah, he looks so stressed now. We've got the camera on him a lot of the time, and because it's late rounds.
Fine from Magisk, and he's got confirmation of another towards middle as well. Spinks is just going to isolate him here. And Flamesy, yeah, tested. Gets himself all the time in the world to reload as this, what, a scout? What's JL supposed to do? Die, most likely.
Probably set.
It's one. Oh, it's two! And Flamesy will close, but fair play. JL's had a couple of cracking individual shots.
He's had great shots so far. Pistol round, Eagles. He's had some really good contributions as far as aim is concerned from JL. But these 2 rounds that they've won, it was the one where Simple got the opening pick with the AWP on towards ZywOo. That was towards B, and then they rerouted and finished A. And then the other round, and that's where Flamesy almost stole it away. And then the other one they were able to pick up was the Immer double deagle in mid that I think started with, well,
we are 13 rounds in.
This game's over.
Yeah. Stark contrast of the emotional state. Oh. That is an Uncomfortable way to go down. Now they've got info as well as to the booster. Oh, Simple trying to tap away, and it gets worse for him as Magis nails it on the AK. Spinks and Flames hanging out, spraying down. Aleksib, the next victim. This is far too easy. It's comfortable, leisurely. And Flames, where are you? Where are you? What are you up to, my man?
Well, he's just feeling it. Why not?
Feeling himself.
Go wherever you want, mate.
If that ended up in a knife
18
kill,
and 4.
If that ended up in a knife kill, I swear we need 3 back-to-back timeouts out of Navi.
We probably could just concede Mirage and move on to Nuke quite quickly, couldn't we?
Gosh. Maybe Imma can find one onto Magisk, and with that 4 HP, he'd be hard-pressed to plant, but he has got 60 seconds. So,
and this is someone,
the mind games begin.
But this is someone who's joined the team and was brought in here off of the major as someone in the race for the MVP, right? And a revelation of a rifler and a lot around him. And if you read a bit on the internet, they're not hugely impressed with his contributions in Navi so far.
I see, okay.
So there are a lot of eyes on him.
When he gets the plant, Spinks is there. Ooh. It's not gone well.
Good plant, though.
Yeah.
I'm looking for anything I can right now.
No.
So should Navi.
Of course, it's Spinks. 17 on the board. Quite the KD. One more round to go.
Yeah, well, I hope everybody who's tuned in is enjoying this one because look, I can get behind a team dominating, especially when it's like Zywoo taking on Simple.
Yeah,
Navi,
but screw
Vitality.
Zywoo Simple. I couldn't care less.
Exactly.
I couldn't care less right now. It's Flames and Spinks against the world,
Yeah.
bro. Absolutely body bagging. I mean, it's openers, it's closers, and you can see JL, he's going to try and dig them out of this. But I think the hole's too deep. Chance seems to share the sentiment. Maybe Navi can give us something to hold on to before we go into that halftime break.
They just haven't shown anything solid, right, in terms of their overall approach. We're talking about losing the opening kills. They're not being able to regather in number disadvantaged situations. Doesn't really feel like there's a clear end. Players as well. Like, this is where if you're Aleksib, you need your individuals to find you these opening picks. Sure, you set them up, you call the strat, but that's where they have to deliver. You're trying to put them in positions where they get favorable duels. And right now, for Navi, they can't find anything favorable. And here's this proactive nature we've been ushering in. Yeah, it hasn't been the focal point, but it's come in late.
Has he got a little something to work with there? He does. Magisk knows his angles, controls it beautifully, even ready for JL as Magisk demonstrating his individual mechanics, putting himself at the forefront of this round. It's Magisk to close as well. 13, unlucky for some, definitely not Vitality.
only one way to be. Living young, wild and free. Living young, wild and free. Yeah. Look into the stars, look into your heart. Tell me what it is you seek. Jupiter and Mars fall into my arms. I got everything you need. Oh, don't wait too long. We don't have much time to spare. This could all be gone tomorrow. So all I need right now is your love. Taking me home, taking me home. So when the moon rises and the flame is ignited, we're stronger together and weaker divided. Yeah. Take my hand, follow my lead. Only one way to be. Living young, wild and free. Living young, wild and free. Yeah. We don't want too much. We've just had
A quick game's a good game, and that's exactly what Vitality are hoping for. Spinks and Flamesy putting on an absolute show in the first half of play to put Vitality up to 13 rounds to Navi's meager 2. 35 kills, those two combined. 18 for Flamesy, 17 for Spinks. The entire Navi side, 32 kills in total. They are getting hammered right now, and Apex, the in-game leader, is having a great day at the office. When your stars are pumping out production like this, you know that when you get onto your own map choice of Nuke, things are going to continue to sing.
Yeah, I mean, you've already said it, your own map choice. This is the territory Navi felt they had the best bet in a single elimination, cutthroat, $1 million tournament to try and take down Vitality. And finding themselves with only 2 rounds to celebrate.
I was just singing the praises. Magic's right there according to the HUD had over 100 ADR as well. He has 108 ADR, Spinks 106, 93 for Flamesy, 98 ADR for Apex. It's Zywu with only 53. And this is the score.
Oh, that's cheeky. Magisk already takes down JL. Bit gives them something to celebrate. There needs to be more out of him. 6 bullets left in the clip. They're already into the A site. And not planting, they're fighting. They wanted to try and take a little extra space away from the CTs, and that CT smoke actually favors them to get the bomb down. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We'll spam the smoke.
Oh,
get the bomb, get through it. Oh, it's falling apart for them. Apex with the double up. And leaving it all onto Immer. Nice clicks, great onto the first. Just about whittling it to Spinks is 26, but it's not looking good. Still have Magisk as well. He's been waiting mid this entire time. He's hearing all of this, and yeah, eventually feels like Magisk's gonna shoot him in the back of the head, gets away from him into Sandwich, and no time for this one here. He's hitting some shots, he's taking down Spinks, and it looks like it'll be Magisk that grabs himself an extra one. So 100 ADR across the board, pretty much.
Just meaningless there, isn't it? Like, Emma giving it a crack, but it's over. There was no chance. What is he meant to do in a situation like that? You can see the post-plant setup. There was absolutely no way back in. And you mentioned that smoke, the fact they get 2 kills through it against them and get the bomb down. It's going from bad to worse here. Simple looking even more dejected, and you can understand, right? It's not going well for anybody on the Navi side of the server. Somebody throw in the towel, because this one is done, and it should be following the script here. Navi with the force by short, but Vitality with a group effort.
Yeah, if this flash is good, it looks like it is. Bit swings through. Oh, they were all behind the wall. Mistimed on that one. Now Immer, next victim, completely blind. Spinks and Magisk with the flash assists. JL, the one that wasn't flashed, does get one, but that's it. This is done. Look how many smokes are on the site right now. Another one added to the mix. That's the whole squad using their smoke grenades while with the bomb down, and just 2 for Navi. 15th, just a couple more frags away.
This is just an absolute mauling, right?
This is, I mean, this is illegal.
This is like us trying to have hand-to-hand combat with a bear. Like, it was never going to go well.
Yeah, go on, Simple. A couple of confidence boosters ahead of that next map, and yeah, it's going to go down to Zywu there. But me, by the way, I think Zywoo, yeah, he is. He's had the least to do.
Yeah, he hasn't had to do anything.
He's 8 and 7. He's just sitting there like, yo, guys, thanks for the carry.
Wait, hold up. Is this what it feels like?
Yeah, right.
This is great.
Yeah.
Let's do this every time.
Hey, Spinks, what's your PayPal? Cheers for the boost.
Hey, guys. Yeah, no, I've been putting in a good effort for the last couple of years. Thank you very much. I'll say this one.
Oh, bro. Quick as you like. How long do you think this map has taken?
I don't know. Buzz, buzz, gang, gang. This thing over. The bees.
Sting. They got hands. Imma's got the element of surprise here, but for some reason it looks like Zywoo knows. Zywoo knows!
Oh, thanks, Badges.
This is done. Only Aleksib and Simple remain, and Vitality have made this, I'd call this a statement.
Yeah.
This is a statement of intent. Apex onto Simple, Apex re-greedy onto the next one, puts Aleksib on 8 HP. They're coming for you. They're not going to let you find the fight. They'll bring the fight to you, 16-2. Vitality lay claim to Navi's pick, and now one away from knocking them out of the tournament. This is brutal.
Pack it up, pack it in, let Nuke begin. We'll be right back.
There is a place where you can elevate what's hidden inside, where you can reframe yourself. Sonomi means the new you. The you can step into. Because when we know who we really are, we become unstoppable. Enter new dimensions of you. Sonomi.
وانت مستمتع وتلاقي الوجبه جايه على الاصول يجيك العيش هش طالع من الاوفن والدجاج يقرمش just the way I love it وتسوي كده وتسوي كده وتسوي كده مع الحشمه وانت تبغى راب خفيف اجيب تويستر انا اجيب لي وجبه الزنجر بس كله يجيب اكسترا تشيز على الكرانشي تشيكن في السنتر حطلب باكيت حطلب زنجر حطلب مايتي حطلب تويستر جيب له باكيت جيب له زنجر جيب له الاصلي جيب له تويستر delicious yeah
If you blink, you might have missed it, but we have concluded the first map of the series, a rather lackluster affair there from the side of Natus Vincere. Now, I think that goes without saying, guys, because obviously they haven't started the match yet, right? Like, that is that the vibe you're getting?
When does the game go live?
I can't believe Zabu's prime is passed. His watch now.
Wow, that's
another example that he's just not a stage player.
He's not a stage player. It's a
forget all the stats. I mean, it's right there in the pudding, you know.
Yeah, and pudding. Well, I'm gonna pudding some things right here. I'm gonna push it right on through. It's the SCC analysis. We're going to try to break down as much as we possibly can, and I can assure you that that is a somewhat short list, unless you're the type of Spinks or Flames.
Vitality was pushing some stuff through Navi in this one, but I think, Trace, what is the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over again, thinking there will be a different result.
Can someone let Aleksib know that? And Blade and whoever it is on that team? Do you know that every single buy round, gun round, Navi was just trying to default? Sure, some small variations of the default, but it was all defaults. There was no sort of set execute. There was no like, hey, let's throw 3 smokes mid and try to walk out 3 guys apps. Like anything other than defaulting when you're giving away entry after entry after entry, when you're down, what, 7-8-1, your opponents are obviously playing with a lot of confidence. That's where you need to have some of those set sort of double fakes, pumps, like take advantage of their confidence, make them over-rotate and sort of try to give try to put your players in advantageous situations. Like you're just putting them still, like making them go into the fire. You know, Spinks is running out short, flashing over for himself and wide peeking and like getting an entry kill. You know, that you have to change the way you approach rounds when you're down big, when your opponents are obviously playing with a lot of confidence.
To be fair, that was not a great game from Navi. I'm not going to argue with him. He's right on the money. But I will say, might be a little bit diminishing to just say Spinks flashing for himself and peeking. I think Vitality did an amazing job at being aggressive in a million different ways. They had the boost down jump straight from window. They had a couple of different boosts coming out of short. They had the Apex delayed push into middle as well. Like they were trying something different every single round. And sure, Navi just didn't change the tune. Like it's now the second T side that we witness here in Riyadh, where there's no problem solving.
Yeah, but that's the problem. They're having a lot of variety in their CT side. So if you're defaulting all the time, it's hard. You know, it's always going to be something else. Like you're one step behind. But how can you eliminate the unknowns? By doing something set, right? At some point, you need to change. Sure, it might be a little bit predictable after you try default 2 gun rounds in a row and you get shut down. Yeah, for the CTs, they're probably going to play against an execute. But what are you going to do? If you keep going for it and it's not working, this is how it's going to end up.
And this is the sunk cost fallacy. That's what it is here. When you play default into default into default, and you're waiting just to win that one default that will allow you to B rush or A execute right behind. I know there are IGLs out there who think like that. They just want to hit you with one classic standard round, so that the fast execute right behind it is not predictable, and just hear the casino
in the
just
tweets
sea of
of
red.
great Jason Moses of Tool, throw in the damn towel, right? Like at some point you need to give it up and just concede that you cannot default. Like you know, and it's not just the in-game leader. It's maybe your players are just sucking. Like they can't win a duel. They're not taking enough initiative. They're not going through the steps and the protocols the way they're supposed to. Okay, you still need to recognize that and change something, right? Otherwise, what's the point? Did you just give up and okay, default?
Yeah.
3v5 again.
You think about that build up into gun rounds, right? Like there's a few rounds that get sacrificed in that process. It's not like, oh, every other round is a gun round. You're talking about the whole half has slipped away from you, and then the entire map has slipped away from you.
Give me the big bad Israeli duo, Trace, because they were on a tear. And there's also...
True. Spinks and Flames fired up.
You also have that as a factor, right? Like Spinks in the first gun round, Apex dies in con, he comes up as the second, but he also had a lot of kills in the pistol round. He comes up as the second guy and has a 6 spray transfer on the second player on mid, right? That turns it into instead of a 4v3 for Navi, it's a 4v3 for Vitality. And, you know, sometimes players just make plays that turn rounds around. Like this is the frag. Look at this. Like that's insta on him, and that's a swing in 4v3 situation.
That was
and then
4K?
still on low HP, he still goes on top of ticket. He's still fighting, getting kills.
Yeah, these two, they were forced to recommend. I think they were very quickly up to 30 kills combined in like, what is it, 10 or 11 rounds, very easily. You see the synergy we were talking about. These are some of the boosts that came either counter timing or straight from the beginning of the round. I think this duo here on the B side is a topic that we'll have to keep an eye on. Like we know there is obviously a special kind of bond between the two players. Came through beautifully here in that game. A couple of moments they dug Vitality out of. That was the counter timing push that I was talking about as well, up to mid. He blocked the smoke, giving himself a one-way. It's like, Navi just lost rounds every single possible way there was in Counter-Strike to lose a round.
I mean, you're getting bullied, and listen, like, you want to default, you want to have mid control, send 5 players mid. Like, we played, when I was in FaZe, our Mirage was very strong, we used to pick it all the time. We played Vitality, we beat them before, we know they like to counter-strat. We open every gun round. First gun round on T side, we do default after we win pistol and convert. And we know that, so I'm like, me and Nico are talking, are you gonna change it, do an execute? It's like, screw it, let's just send 5 guys mid. And if they wanna fight for mid, let's just kill them.
We'll give them the fight.
And they came pretty much with 2 guys con, 1 window, 2 guys short, they're fighting for mid. We win the fights and we win the first gun round, right? Like, so it's not just about that. You can get what you want, but you need to recognize if it's not working the way you're doing it, send extra bodies. You can't be greedy and have a guy ramp, a guy apps, 1 guy in B apps, and 1 top mid and 1 lower, right? You know, they're focusing on a specific part of the map.
That's the perfect who's the enemy of the good right here. Like, I know Yanko is right. At some point, you have to admit, like, if this just isn't working, and we're not going to do the perfect round that theory Counter-Strike would actually put forth, which is 3 to 4 men maximum into a map control with 1 or 2 flankers, lurkers ready to pounce on. It's just not working. You're not winning the trades, you're not getting the opening. Just go ahead and put more bodies in it.
But Trace, we're all about silver linings here and being positive,
I didn't
right?
say all
That's
that.
right.
I didn't say
This
that.
probably looked, I think, equally as bad as Navi's T side yesterday on Nuke, on the first map against Furia, right? Difference is, this was their pick. Nuke was Furia's pick, and we heard from Aleksib that they have incredibly slow starts. So I guess the silver lining is, well, that just wasn't the real Navi, and now they're going to wake up and really show us what they can do.
Yeah, and having Vitality pick Nuke. You know, let me just theorize something here with me, right? What do you think that conversation is like in the Navi camp? You go out there for a break, you talk about this map. Obviously, you want to wipe it away, you want to pretend it didn't happen, move on with the series, stay alive in the tournament, but surely something gets rectified.
I mean, it's hard because it's like, how acquainted are they with each other at this point, right? Because it's up to the coach and the in-game leader, older leader of the team in Simple, to sort of raise their voice and say, guys, what the F is this? You know, what is this?
Fudge.
Like, we should, you know, like, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Like, we're getting stomped here. We don't have anything. Are we gonna should we just plug our gear out and go home? Or are we gonna do something? Like, you need something like that to sort of, because they're not even on the server. There's no point in talking about, preparation, or they did this,
out the window,
or this was the wrong call, or hey, remember the game plan for Nuke. Like, none of that matters. It's people have to wake up and start playing because they're not on the server.
Maniac, I want you to give me 30 seconds explaining why. Okay, maybe not exactly 30, but tell me it's not over for Navi right here.
That's more than you're used to. So,
excuse me, there was like some audio pollution on that one. You might come again.
Tell me that it doesn't end here for Navi. Make me a believer.
I'll make you a believer. I think if Vitality were to start on a CT side, this might just be over right here, but we are yet to see Vitality very much convincing on the T side. I think Flamesy on the CT side has been doing great. Inside, pushed different ways, multi-kills galore. T side is not the case quite yet. We've shown against ENCE that they're not quite to that point. It was a 14-16 loss, so no, I don't think all hopes are lost. Well, that depends which camp you're on, because personally, I'm having a grand old time.
I can tell. You want to add to that, or you feel comfortable?
Simple is definitely pissed off, so maybe if he gets rolling, right, and they get a couple of rounds under their belt, everyone starts believing again, they get some of that confidence, JL cracks a couple of jokes, Trace, and they're right back in it.
Yeah, because if you don't laugh, you will cry, and I think that is the sentiment that, Navi, you're going to have to ride or die. Either way, we're going to go right into this one. We're going to see if Vitality can shut out Navi here in Map 2, so let's do it.
Absolutely love that combination of humans. Trace, Son of Sorrentos, Matthew Kikre, and Janko Paunovic.
They're having fun.
They are. And I'm enjoying having fun with them as we get ourselves strapped in. I'll tell you who's not having fun, Navi. And they've made that clear. We're here to witness perhaps a recovery. Nuke, as discussed, as framed, it wasn't fantastic when they were surprised by it by the Brazilians, and after, well, a rather miserable second half, they did have to go the long way round, a full reverse sweep, but we got ourselves a second map. Will we need 3 here? Overpass is waiting in the wings if Navi can take Vitality's pick away from them. Let's get this party started with a Navi defense and a Vitality attack. Will they get the pistol going? JL audible onto the hut. Break of the vent from Aleksib on Heaven. Is it just a go?
Dual Berettas.
Go.
Well, the
Molly from Apex.
Yeah, here it comes.
Yeah, and oh, JL, actually, interesting. They're not going to clear this. They do. Flames versus the Julie. Struggles to track, makes some best of a mess of that, but still gets his frag.
Pinned in.
He's trapped. And his smoke's not going to be simple to help. He can only spam.
Almost lined up.
Yeah, Apex holding for that rotation of Imet as well. Great clicks out a bit. Looking good for the first two. Makes a round out of it if Simple can close. He can't. It's Magisk on the triple, and it's Vitality right back to their winning ways.
Yeah, another pistol where Simple gets left in a 1-on-2 situation, right? That happened on the T side of Mirage. But I think it is 3 from 3.
Yeah, it must be, considering the scoreline.
Yeah, and you can see, we can see Flamesy and Joe having a bit of laugh about that, because both of them a bit skew-iff on the aim coming out the door. But yeah, losing a very familiar feeling for Navi now, when they are going to force buy into this one. It is Vitality, their purchase, a whole lot tidier, of course. No, that's my bad, Alex. I forgot to turn it off. Give it a go. Bang. It's like at home, right? We got the same machine. We're trying to cheat Trace about this the other day. With the with these remotes, you gotta be patient.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
Well, smoke wall yard.
Yeah. And does anyone have any answers behind it? Because at the moment, they're just hoping and praying that it was all smoke and mirrors.
It's drawn Aleksib down.
Okay.
He's headed down towards the lower deck here. And we were noting against Furia, Aleksib's rotation points being quite key down the Ven. Aggressive yard, red pole, secret. I could continue to list them.
That's enough from Bit. Simple. One shot, connects, Flames low. Oh, brilliant. Anticipating the position.
Possible now.
Yeah, especially with the damage inflicted. Now Bit extends. He actually finishes off what he started onto Magisk. Aleksib tries to backflip, Sphinx anticipates.
Oh, no!
A scrappy one on the 5-7. JL's still good on the Deeg. Maybe he's got another one on him. Oh, he's safe and sound. He will leave with the AK at least. So saving that, high priority.
Well, look, if your kids aren't asleep right now, at least shield their eyes in moments like that. A chance, good damage done. Navi pressuring them here. So at least something retained, sure, but it is going to be 2-0. That one would have felt really good to get early. It would have felt really good to grab early here. Now, look, JL can drop a deagle into the next. He's been able to scoop this up. Simple's still got his weapon of choice here as well. So into the next buy round. Well, not the next buy round, the next rounds. I don't expect too many other buys. But still enough threats here to make a round scary for Vitality. So what comes next? Are we going to see anything outside of the box here for Navi's approach? Vitality there, did the smoke wall and then just rerouted over towards ramp. This was the threat from Bit. Nice shot from him.
Okay, I'm running through my brain of ways in which we've seen CT sides use save rifles. And on the CT side, you sometimes boost him on that blue container, JL. Doesn't look like he's heading that way. Instead, actually dispatched towards ramp. I wonder if he's going to support Bit or go for something aggressive. Aggressive! And Taiwu already wins out the duel. He gets them both as well. The rifle's lost, the round soon to follow, unless Aleksib can find more of those. He's caught Apex with his 5-7. Simple, he's not got the perfect weapon for the job. They are already past him, and he's just managed to round the corner in time. So at least someone down towards the low site, but he wants to try and take a fight before he falls back further.
If you're hearing the scope, how scared are you to head towards the lower site with all this U2? I suppose if there's more rotation, sure. Oh. Taiwu.
Maybe.
Yeah, throwing his body on the line for this one. Good weapon for the job, Aleksib.
Magisk still clearing. This is good team play. He'll adjust to Aleksib.
Oh, there's a chance there. But a good awareness, right? The fact that Magisk isn't also glued to focusing elsewhere. Now it's just the last player, Simple. They know that he was down towards B. Oh, and now they know exactly where he is.
Whoa. Beautiful, Simple shot, but with them low, they're going to play a more caged game. They're not going to be going for anything particularly aggressive, going for jump scouts and, yeah, even wall bangs. Brought them down low. It's not like it's a particularly high priority save, and a drive-by Glock to secure it. So, Vitality 3-0 off of the rip.
If there's going to be any resistance here this evening, it needs to start now.
Yeah.
At least in the first half of Mirage, it was their map choice and they're on the T side. So you could go, oh, it's okay, you know, they can still bring it back. You could run with that story. But here, on the CT side of Nuke, they need to get going. They cannot start anywhere near as slow as they did on Mirage. I don't even know it's them starting slow. It's Vitality playing some really good counterstrike here.
It's very hard to poke holes in.
There's always an idea, there's always a plan. They're playing together quite consistently. And while Yard Smokes are in play, Aleksib trying to zone around this. And okay, Flamesy spotted the nade.
Could be perfect.
Not bad.
Yeah, just avoided by Flames, and they are across. It's audible, but with Flames on that roof, you really can't be applying too much additional pressure. At least not to the secret stairs. Zywoo even poking his head back out. Oh, we've lost one. Was that Ima going aggressive again?
Yeah, it looks like it. We know that Jalen and Ima play towards that top site. Quesarado had their number in several lobby pushes as well. Ima yet to frag here, 0 and 4.
Simple on that. Oh, big green. It's too easy for Zywoo. Takes him down. Simple caught unawares, unprepared, and yeah, this one, as you discussed, was an opportunity for Navi to kind of just have a bit of a grasp on this map. Because at the moment, you know, it's one thing to be eliminated. Oh, and Aleksib gets 2 with this magazine. JL can't finish off onto Magisk, and it puts Bit into a 1 versus 3. Top side plant inbound. They've got everything covered. I mean, just Vitality feel very covered. I want to finish off my sentence, but I can't remember what I was saying.
Well, that's all right. Bit's doing all the talking for us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's one thing to be eliminated in the first round of Gamers8, or rather second round now for Navi, but to be eliminated in this fashion, I think
it probably would have been better if they were eliminated in the first round, isn't it? Like, we don't know how many rounds they're going to get in this map here, but map number 1 is one of those that you want to forget. And look, I'm talking from the experience of somebody who's been blown out plenty of times in my professional career. You feel helpless, but this is Navi, who are of a proper pedigree. This isn't well, they're an underdog as far as the world rankings are concerned, but they're a titan of Counter-Strike, right? Navi is a massive name, so you have a higher expectation for them, especially with the names that they've been able to add to this roster alongside of Simple and Bit. But right now, it is just going to be a little bit of soul searching here. 1 M4 saved. Yeah, quite unlucky there from Flamesy as well. So Aleksib getting him blind. I remember we got that little nugget from Flamesy in that piece about him understanding how Aleksib likes to play from the times together in OG. So I'm curious just how much he assisted Matt and Mr. Natus in their game plan for today.
Ooh. New strategy.
Smoke deep warehouse.
Yeah, so they can't hold the angle, right?
Yeah, that's the one. Well, will it cause an issue? That's the question.
It doesn't look like it's going to limit their game plan, but it does mean that there's no questions.
Well, we can see the huge gap right now on the map.
We can. Unoccupied is ramp. Bit. He's got the best weapon for the job. Spinks being procedural on his clears, supported by Flames and Zywoo. We hard pressed to find a lot here, and only the one. Nice work onto the entrance. That was Simple's frag onto Flames, and the bomb on the floor. This looks like there's something to be said about this for Navi. Zywoo realizes he's going to have to do a bit more of the heavy lifting in this one. Oh, and Simple, a second from the hut position. Aleksib goes wide, and Navi just need to find Magisk, and they shall. It's Ima to provide huge conversion.
Okay, well, out of the 3 rounds they've won in total in this series thus far, 2 of them have been on lighter buys.
Can you say that again for me, nice and slow?
Out of the 3 rounds that they have won in this series thus far, 2 of them have come through of lighter buys.
Bloody hell. Look at this, just pipping the post between the 2 of your teammates as well. Zywoo confidence in taking that shot, precision. And he gets his first frag there as well for the close. Navi, they're on the board.
And they have 3 AKs to bring into this gun round, so win 1 more, you will break Vitality. Nades at the ready here.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, JL might cop this, actually. Because I think traditionally it'd be behind the site.
At the ready.
They got 2 here for softening up. So we'll see these get launched. Oh, and it was top of the silos. Damn.
Well.
Oh.
Well.
Man, oh man.
Take what I have. Maybe he gets the leg shots here onto Flames, right? It's a power position, but with 1 HP left, they have really made it difficult for JL. Now the full exit comes in. Look at this. It's so threatening. And they even got flashes on top of it. JL still, goes down. Spinks just with a hero adjustment. And Ima only the 1. Nice from Aleksib. Playing around that T-vent. The bomb is loose and he has control of it. Apex dead as well. Aleksib doing everything he can. Bit's already added another to the mix, and it's Navi's round. 2 in a row. This is better.
Well, there you go. Consecutive rounds as well. So we are running some change as they break Vitality here. This is a chance for them to get a third on this CT side of Nuke. It looks so good from the Vitality perspective, but obviously the unconfirmed damage, Emma doing well towards the back of the site. Here's that double nade we were talking about. But I think one of the greatest pieces of this is the Aleksib double kill, right? The bomb's loose. Able to find some impact towards that squeaky door. And, well, they're humbled here. Still a lot of proving, right? That's essentially what we're out to see. Do Navi have what it takes to come back from being absolutely drubbed, shut out, destroyed on their map pick? That's the question. And right now, well, 2 rounds, that's not enough to get anybody excited. But if they can continue to string these together, maybe, just maybe, we can have a conversation here. Throwing their bodies on the line, feeding Aleksib B up to 9 kills now. And Simple looking even more erratic than usual in some of those little sprays.
He's a high-sense gamer. Perfect for you. Oh, he's deadly.
It's just frustration, isn't it? Like, JL rolls on in, bang, dead, and then a dink immediately. It's like, are these guys going to miss today?
After the performance he put in on Mirage, you could probably have a day off. Let someone else step up, but...
Actually, if they win today, they will have a day off. So we'll give you that one, Vitality, but you've still got to get there. Another 12 rounds required. Smokewater Orgy aren't deployed here. Gonna see Simple wants to play ahead of this, so finding some pep in his step. Rumbu spotted, leg shot, Apex. Walking wounded right now, needs to get out of dodge.
Yeah, aggression this time met by Bit. Forward of it and catches Spinks, so a nice opening kill for Navi to tie things up neat and tidy.
Yeah, caution thrown to the wind here with 2 aggressive maneuvers.
I think that's probably the memo. It's like we've got to just kind of match this pace, match this force, and Flames will clear him out. They'll accelerate into ramp. It is unoccupied, and so the gap has been found. Waiting for that smoke as well.
Okay, well, didn't land perfectly. It will cause a couple of issues here.
Simple's already down. Will he find one on the AWP? Gonna smoke him off.
Look for a gap here for sure in the corner of the window. See what is available.
Timing is everything. Swings open the door, takes the engagement. Magiska's got him dead to right. Simple at least finds one, but look at this health. 1 bullet from the AK of Zywoo puts him down. And then they just pause. Not in a hurry. They don't need to rush. JL will silently start to rotate through. We've got Aleksib down the secret stairs, so they're on their way, but still no plant. They're surely getting a little bit antsy. Now Flames gives them a sound cue. Zywoo, when does he choose to strike? He'll let Flames do the dirty work for him. And Aleksib probably just going to be resigning himself to the save.
Well, he investigated at least, so that'll be that. Vitality up to 5 now, and yeah, it was a number disadvantage situation. The fact that we're even having a look in, I guess that's because of some of the finances that you can see here available for Navi, so still giving it a bit of a crack. Maybe they knew that low HP was in the play. But by cutting noise, taking their time, and allowing Zywoo to get into a pound position to be able to trade or play off of Flamesy right there, that was good work. Just making sure that they're tidying things up in some of these post-plant scenarios. But as mentioned, plenty of money here for Navi. They did win 3 consecutive rounds, so Vitality will be aware that there is another buy available. And this was the opener here from Bit with that ramp aggression. Remember, Simple got the leg shot with the run boost on Apex outside as well, so he must have known that one of the players was still low here, maybe why JL investigated.
Into our 9th round. A bit more pace. Didn't like the way that push went down from Bit in the previous. Chip damage on the spam. Hits him out. What is the call out of Apex?
Good timing on this.
Yeah, they're heading into just an isolated Bit here. He's got the angle. He's ahead of the flash, and oof, yeah, he's in trouble now. Simple summoned, perfect. Manages to pick away at the bomb carrier, and Bit connecting onto Flames. Looking to make it just a 1-round game. Zywoo and Magisk with Spinks as well. This is still a very potent group of Vitality players could but try and turn the tables with full 60 seconds, but Simply's posted on this angle. Look at this, the reward.
Wow.
It's a headshot somehow.
Well, he must have whipped into that one.
Yeah, he did.
And that'll be that. I think there was... Oh, spotted here as well. Aleksib, the jig is up.
You know exactly where you're at. How much more do you want to push the issue?
I think we have 45 seconds and you know exactly where they are. I think Simple is going to come and have a look here for sure, right? If you can deny a couple of these, you know that they're money. They just won a round. It's not out of control here. Probably still trying to confirm exactly what Aleksib B was calling through the pipeline. Are they really going for about a 45-second save? Well, yes, they are. Navi knowing they need to build a bit of their bank here as well. So draw it back to just a one-round game and something a little bit competitive, but still proving. Trying to take a look here and see what we might be able to get out of the hands of Vitality into the next round. Should be 2 AKs minimum. Ability for a Galil, and then Apex can operate on something lighter. So there is the ability for Vitality to have another quite threatening round here. Apex is actually the one who's been given a bit of a gift here. So Flamesy taking the biggest emission. This was Simple coming to the aid of Bit. And this one here, that was whippy as hell. That looked like it was into the torso. Somehow a headshot through the wall. So I think that's the signature wiggle of Simple, giving him a little bit of luck.
No luck, just skill. Simple being run at. Oh, Apex. Oh, yeah, just a fumble on the move there, and Simple will punish.
He's going to be kicking himself. As mentioned, he took the AK. Flamesy only has a deagle.
Oof, and he's giving it over.
Immediately.
They're unretrievable.
Right, he's calling this over towards main, right? He's hearing the guns being juggled around, just confirming the presence of at least one player.
Maybe Flames gets overlooked. Oh, he's got Aleksib in his sights. Damage to the shoulder blade. He could get the dunk, you know. Aleksib, ooh, safe and sound. Tucks in. Yeah, Matt. Worried about Yard. Worried about the unanswered questions of Secret. Jail on the redeploy.
Now, Flames just needs to slow down here. Or maybe not.
Yeah, he takes the engagement. He does dink up JL. It will rotate through just in time to catch Magisk as well. So this is looking perfect for Navi to tie things up. And humble Vitality just a bit, considering we've seen them in this position before. Yeah. Save your guns, accept defeat, lay down your arms. And yeah, I mean, for Navi, this will be their 5th in the last 6 rounds of play.
Yeah, so this is them finding them some momentum, right? And this is a clear change from map number 1. So maybe, just maybe, we have a map. It's hard to say if we have a series, but we have a map on our hands of something a little bit competitive. Now, Apex trying something quite aggressive, quite quick, hoping to catch them off guard. He's the one who gets caught out, and then Flamesy with 2 opportunities, and he does a lot of damage, as we can see. Aleksib 14, JL 10, but just not enough to get it across the line. Now, with the loss bonus starting to build here, they want to... This is the issue, because Zywoo and Spinks don't have any loss bonus accrued. They still have 2 guns in play. The other 3 are at the 2,400 loss bonus point, right? So we're talking 2,400, what you can get yourself, maybe Tech 9, head armor, and some util. Or I feel like you have to buy behind this now, right? And look at JL. He's going to be turned into one of the showmans here.
He is.
And they haven't actually shoved all in, so I think for Magisk, Flamesy, and Apex, this means that they can buy into the next, theoretically. So we'll have to wait and see how this one pans out. Dust was talking about the extra layer of financial control that a team like VP, right? They keep their mind at the end goal. We talk about the 30 rounds.
Yeah.
Right? They always seem to have that extra cash because of those saves. They really do bleed the most out of the game.
100%.
But Vitality looking to hedge in here with something quite costly, and there you go. Simple onto Magisk. An opener as they're going to think the AWP is the problem they have to avoid towards Yard. Well, Aleksib's here with JL in combination. Flamesy's gone, and there you go.
Just like that. Zywoo was revealed his AWP is out Yard 2, and he's going looking on the warpath here, and spots out 1. Second chance for Bit. Molly out. He's going to try and take these fights. He's forced JL into the Molly and actually just completely 100-0s him. How didn't he hear him?
No
scope. ZywOo now in a 1 versus 2. That is an unforgivable mistake if it translates. Takes his time. Simple posted. ZywOo, what? He's gotten away. He's gotten away now, and it's Bit rotating in. Another isolated duel! God, it's close! Okay, well, Ima's probably the most happy about that one. Navi, they will take the lead, and they keep the winning ways ahead.
I guess maybe he hears the sound cue and thinks that ZywOo is still jumping over in warehouse or something. It's above him, but he definitely made a jump noise, right? He hit the deck. There was definitely an audible.
Regardless of that, you've got an man advantage. There's one guy left. You've got Incendiary and a smoke. He was around secret stairs. You can
block it off.
Block it off. Stand there. Go sit on the bomb site if you're scared.
Yeah. Well, look, that plant actually has done an awful lot here for the buy, right? So the fact that he's able to get away with that damage and get the bomb down, a timeout has been taken. Matt, he can get a chance to go on the mic in lieu of Zonic, but awful lot of conversation coming out of the Frenchman right here. Another legend of the Counter-Strike game in his own right. Been doing it for an awful long time. I see even more people getting activated on Twitter in the recent days. I saw Wally. I don't know how many people remember.
Whoa.
Yeah. And Wally with the ace. Take everybody back to the top spot days.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah. If they lost that round, they were already tilted. They would have been tilted in a completely different universe.
Yeah, we're talking about the same player that was, on track for MVP status had they found the final.
Yeah, it's an adjustment period, but at the same time, what is the length of time that this team thinks that they have, as we can see?
Ooh.
Yeah, smoke wall. We saw the molly land on top of the main roof, so a forced gap in the smokes here.
Get him across. They're going to flash through this. No one's present. This is really clunky right now. And Imir blind and executed by Flames. Spinks has set him up for success there. Simple getting run at. Flames cut down by the Simple AWP. Spinks anticipating this clear and actually good for it on the Galil. JL's going to be kicking himself now.
And surely they're aware of Aleksib. Like we saw this consistently against Fury just the other day, right? He plays through some of the key components where traditionally it's not a fun rotation point. But it's not a fun rotation point at all. Look at this gamble.
Yeah, on Nuke it's not as prominent on common.
Well, they will have to investigate elsewhere. They have a disadvantage, and we've seen Vitality hit pauses.
But
yeah.
Bomb on his back, Lobby, and then ZywOo. Where is ZywOo right now?
Making his way around towards.
So he's going to surely call this clear. This is a save or an awkward retake.
It's just there's too many power positions given up, and now spotted towards.
Yes, yes indeed.
Gave you a second look there, didn't he? Bang, Aleksib gone.
Oh, he's using it like a sniper. Just one bullet, all that's necessary.
He was on vacation the last map, didn't have to do anything. He was along for the ride. He got to watch all of the domination, and Alex, look where he is, and look who's below him.
Yeah, I love this positioning, because if they were to go up the ladder as well, you're not going to be clear behind you either. Now, ooh, what does he do with this information?
I think you could risk a fight here, right?
He's on his way. Ooh, breaks his legs. Simple takes him down.
Simple?
Simple wants an AK-47. Makes sense. He's got 11, make it 13K, and so he'll try and give himself every edge he can have.
I can't believe he braved that with players just around the corner. We could see they're a little bit further away, but I guess he thought he had a lot of room to work with there, so he does.
Ooh, first time out of Blade now. That's interesting. So they've managed to do this without him, and I'm sure he'd love to see a 9-6. Considering this is T-side nuke for Vitality, you've managed to already recover after that pistol and run. But 9-6 certainly does sound appetizing if you've got a long reverse sweep ahead of you.
Yeah, they've done better in the gun rounds here, it feels like. But Navi got started with one of those lighter buys, right? Remember Aleksib with the MP9 in the hand right here. This was Flamesy in the top hut. And then he got let off the leash a little bit. And this was a key kill from Spinks. But then they just cut noise again. They just wait. Allow the over-rotation for Navi to come into play. They're trying to be one step ahead. That's not the case. The timeout has subsided here, so what will the call be from Blade? How does he want them to approach this round? Remember, we were just talking previously about them being aggressive when they take fights, so a bit pushing ramp, so Simple pushing yard. Let's see if it... double smoke.
Oh, pace. Oh, brilliant awareness out of Aleksib. Tracks Spinks as he emerges through the smoke. A spam connects. Already, yeah, Vitality, they are walking wonky. ZywOo down to 20, and Simple already attending to the potential that ZywOo has descended that vent.
Well, we know that Aleksib loves to make his way up and down. Let's see how cautious he is of this.
Yeah. Oh, tagged up Aleksib on that spam. Just a little. Door open. ZywOo versus Simple. Oh, it's not ideal. An equalizing frag. And that 20 HP doesn't really come into a factor as he switches to the Tech 9. You think maybe he's got another one. Another opportunity, but ZywOo finds his 13th frag, and it's on to Simple as well.
They might opt for another save here. Aleksib B coming over. They're trying to find any way down.
I think if he gets another here,
he's going to get the barrel lead time.
Oh, it's perfect from ZywOo. Oh, and Flames, he'll take them both out the vents. They're left with only Aleksib's M4. Apex could even have a chance onto this one. Not going to be checking. So maybe Aleksib leaves at least with his life.
When Simple was coming down from ramp there, do you think the ramp players were close enough to hear him and then ZywOo swung out like that?
No, because he was super late on that decon door. Like, it was like 20 seconds after he
Yeah, but I mean the players above him coming from ramp, because Simple dropped down. I wonder if he was noisy and they could comm that there was a... I'm not sure.
No.
Right? We're all... We don't get every little detail of exactly what's going on. But ZywOo swung out with such conviction.
He did. He did just swung the door open, and I mean, yeah, Simple missing that opportunity to extend and maintain that advantage, and lots of conversations being had here. This is the kill. Yeah, by no means a quick one.
No, and this was great, right? ZywOo mollies the vent, and then he goes towards Secret, which was the only other rotation point down. Flamesy walks through decon and then just deals with back vent. So they were able to deal with all the rotation points quite considerably there.
Yeah, wow, okay. Magic's just trying again. It's this time straight down the vent, and stack nades onto him. This is Bit. It's his moment as he finds a double onto some of the hardest hitters. Aleksib adds another to his tally. As Navi set for a 7th here on the CT side. However, with Flamesy and ZywOo still in the mix. Oh yeah, lost the bomb now. Aleksib B locking down Yard. I mean, he's passing the test in that sense.
Yeah, well, this is the thing with this team. Both of these squads have their in-game leaders play that key role. When you look at a team like G2, for example, Hooksy's going to play towards top. They're going to have Nico doing the same role as what you're seeing the likes of Aleksib and what you're going to see Apex do in the second half, right? So different teams have different approaches here. Flames are noted now. Shouldn't be too long for this world. Aleksib will go down. But everybody can rotate over. The flash is good.
It's great. He's going to use every second available to him here. You can see he's just considering his options and well aware of the potential for a flank. One, yeah, he had an opportunity, but a quick adjustment out of Ime. And it's actually JL and Ime right now who are kind of dragging their heels in the fragging department. 7 frags combined.
Yeah, which didn't feel like the case for JL on map number 1. He was doing great guns in terms of the types of shots he was hitting. Wasn't always converted or wasn't always the most impactful, but he was definitely still hitting some bangers. Like the scout double that he had over towards B was very tidy. Now, we will see the final round here, round 15 getting underway. There is a bite for Vitality Short, and they've been able to get out complete rifles here.
Simple going aggressive. It looks like he's going to straight into main with the door blown off and hoping he can catch anyone trying for a quick action out of the door. Different flavor to this round, though, from Vitality. Smoke towards Unbreakable and Warehouse, and enables a nice passage towards this blue fight. Oh, Aleksib! Oh, caught and beheaded.
What a great move.
That's really, I mean, a sequence out of Vitality that is translated into the opening. And it's taken down one of the best players so far in Yard. Aleksib B, down and out. Maybe Ime's aggression as well going to be rewarded. Oh, toe stick out. Nice find. He just gets away with that one.
Oh, look at this. He sprung to life here.
Okay, why not? He's like, I can take a little bit of a risk, a little bit of a gamble. He could end up on silo. It's going to get him so many answers here. I mean, they're already kind of swapping sides at this point.
Yeah, you can see him trying to do this silently right now just to not give up the play.
Bots him out. Gonna have, maybe that's enough to kind of make them feel rushed.
You're not repeating Silo now.
No, not at all. JL got a lot to do. Oh, he still hit Zywoo. So a 3-on-3. 35, Magic bringing that bomb in. The top site is theirs. They've gone full round yard in through heaven. Herd on the ladder is simple. Back into the lobby, so a full role reversal for the retake. It's the final round. They'll give it all it's worth. The angle from Flames seems destined for glory, especially if Magic can draw attention. Eventually, just like that, Flames collect. Magic as well. Looks like they'll lead with, or leave with the lead. Bit goes down. It's Flames to confirm it. 8-7 on the half. Is there a chance for us to see the third map of this series? It's certainly closer than the first. But Navi, they're going to have to pull up their socks. They need a pistol and they need T-side rounds. Otherwise, elimination here in the quarterfinal.
What if I told ya I know exactly what you are? What have they sold ya on that red hot boulevard? Ooh, I'm doing damage control on my heart and my soul, and ain't no one telling me nothing. I've taken control. If you got something on your mind, go and spit it out. If you got something on your chest, go and get it off. We don't have a moment to waste. For the last few days we've been running in place. I need a vacation. Both hands holding on, but I feel it breaking. If I'm not good enough, how long till replacement? I see right through your disguise, your pretty little lie. What if I told you I know exactly what you are? What have they sold you on that blacktop boulevard? Ooh, I'm doing damage control on my heart and my soul. Oh no, I don't need your help, said I'm good on my own. Ooh, I'm doing damage control on my heart and my soul. Oh no, I don't need your help, said I'm good on my own.
Well, howdy folks, we're fine and dandy over here as Navi boasts 7 coming into a must-win map, otherwise it's Elimination Stations Vitality. They looked dominant, 16-2 if memory serves over on that first map. It was a thrashing. I'm joined by Sponge to provide you with all that analytical insight.
Yeah, Vitality on map number 1, but making wholesale destruction look like child's play. It was just an absolute mauling. Here, a bit more of a competitive matchup. The requirement for the desk, Yanko specifically, was, hey, plug your mouse and keyboard in. Let's go, let's play, right? Because he was saying that they weren't in the server at map number 1, and I think that was a fair enough surmise, as we do turn to a team who now have awoken. Aleksib with 15, 12 for Simple. That combination had an awful lot to do out towards Yard, and Bit as the ramp player also finding some traction towards top. You mentioned Imma and JL a little bit quiet here, but they've got a second half to find themselves. But the T side was where the woes of Mirage really sat in.
Well, strap in, folks. We're heading into what could be the final half of the evening.
What do you think is going to happen here with Vitality, Alex? 5 sets of Kevlar. Do we expect something quite aggressive? That would really, really rustle the jimmies at Navi.
Let's find out. Navi, what's your game plan? I'll throw out the smoke. 2 towards the roof side.
Oh, they blocked each other.
Fumbled that as well, haven't they? Aleksib down to half health by gravity. The 6th man for Vitality. Flames, hello. Oh, goodbye, Aleksib. Adjusts into him nicely, overwhelming the top site, and that is exactly what Navi needed. A perfect pistol to inject some confidence and some extra rounds to close that gap, take the lead, and equip themselves to match Vitality's T-side haul.
Yeah, I think now for Magic and Zywo, if you hold on to this Kevlar and get a kill or 2 on the way out the door, you might be able to buy something a whole lot tidier for this force buy that's about to come up. But that was, even with Aleksib breaking both of his legs coming off the silo position. Made an awful lot out of that one here. Around us there's a cheeky little boost for Simple to get a deep angle. But that'll be that. And if they want to push us the distance here today, well, don't forget about that third map of Overpass. It was the third map of our second series. Been a whole lot of Counter-Strike played today. We have, of course, seen G2 toppling and sending 9 packing out of the tournament to 1 VP with the biggest upset so far, knocking out FaZe. And, well, the first quarterfinal live on your screens right now.
Chad, I'm an ape. Can you explain why JL would not be running away from the bomb? Did he just think he was kind of playing safe for any funny business and didn't have time to get away?
I can't explain that.
You can't explain that one. Okay. Because I saw Blade pulling the same kind of face I was, in the sense of like, why?
Maybe he's trying to have fun.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
we have different definitions.
Having less exciting deaths at 11, so he's conceded an extra. Let's go. Let's see what the second round has in store for us, given that there are 2 FAMAS in play. An interesting smoke wall. What do you call that one?
A problem.
Yeah. What is going on with these smoke walls? Imma flexing his golden gun, and it is a one-shot headshot to the face of the Woo. Only 4 CTs remaining and hedging their bets ramp side. Oh, actually, hang on. Spinks has brought the fight, and now Magis FAMAS fills the feed as well. Flames is rotating through to support him. Apex going to be baited in. This could actually fall apart for Navi. This would be a real problem. Apex, he's had a quiet game, 2 frags, but if his Deagle just gets to the skull of one of them... Oh, crouch clear. Nice from Aleksib. Levels it up. And the FAMAS, not enough. Aleksib, huge impact. He's continuing the Finn. He's gotten him into the site. Now it's up to Flames. Ramming up ramp side unannounced. With Aleksib on 4 HP, he'll get the bomb down.
Depends on how quick he gets these exchanges. 40 seconds starts now.
And with a 10-second defuse, he has to move quickly. I think he has an idea. Aleksib's a one-shot body shot. Grabs the rifle, clearing through, considering dark. The first will happen. The second is up for debate. Does he consider the deep clear? Does he consider the deep clear? He might. No, he doesn't. Back turn! Ooh, he even gets the finger on the trigger. JL clutches up. And it comes down to the 1v1, but they have escaped the terrifying condemnation that would have been losing that second round.
That one really would have stung, considering all the circumstances this evening here for Navi. I have a question for you, because we're about to go into a lighter buy. Yeah. What do you think about this, right? So when you die to the bomb in CS, you don't accrue an extra death, but HLTV count it as an extra death in their stats. Do you think that CSGO...
You die to the bomb, it doesn't add to your...
Yeah, if you suicide in game, I think it counts as an extra death. But if you die to the bomb, I don't think...
Is that true?
Yeah, I'm 99.9% sure.
Wow, I had no idea.
But HLTV, I'm almost positive, count the stats as a kill. Like, I think they will add another one to the tally.
Or, yeah, a death, right, okay.
Yes, sorry.
Oh, today I learned.
But I guess if it's in your stats anyway, that's the main thing, right? What HLTV's saying. Well, Apex is having a really rough go of Nuke, isn't he?
He certainly is.
I think he had the highest ADR on Mirage. No, I'm positive he had the highest ADR on Mirage.
Well, we're not in Mirage anymore. Navi going to be able to get themselves just a little bit of extra breathing room as well. Before those weapons come out, Spinks quickly descending onto that ladder, silently as desired.
I think another positive is they did a smoke wall that landed.
That's also a good sign.
So, you know, a couple more of those, and they could be in the money here, Navi.
Nice
there you go. Pants there was Apex. Time starting to become a little bit of an issue. No, he's hearing all this, man. Multiple bodies. This should be his every day of the week. Should get 2 here. Oh.
Simple.
That was him as 2 kills. He's only got 6. Give him another 2, mate. At least let him get something.
Nice work from Flames. They're all actually smoked off right now. They're going to have to push through that. Yeah, awkward for a moment. But all good. And a 10th on its way.
It's very intense, but this is the thing. If Navi bring it back, we'll go to a 3rd. So we just have a best of 1 at the end of the day. But all in all, it is good to see them finding form. Like Aleksib with 18 kills.
Yeah, right. I mean, I think this is also just adding more water to the Mathieu comment instance, so that, you know, maybe that nuke
against Fury
wasn't indicative of the depth they had on the map. Because, I mean, consider... Oh, wow, he actually going to leave with a rifle. That's worked out wonderfully.
And an AK of all things as well. That's actually...
that was the best gun they had.
Yeah, that's a massive bounty for ZywOo to be stealing away there. So, great job for him in the final throws of that one. He's not prioritizing an AWP by the looks of things here. I want to take a timeout, maybe have a conversation with Matt. No, that's not the case. This was the freebie that Bit was able to find on Apex, and then from there it was just picking them apart one by one. They had full control of this. Sure, that smoke towards main looked a little bit scary, but no real dramas. Back underway here. So as mentioned, no AWP in play. Nades again to soften up. We saw that work wonders on JL. Nobody home for Navi, and they're trying to do it with a little bit more of a spawn-based timing. Here we go. So going to set up a smoke wall late. Just trying to do a little bit of damage towards that top site. Now called into position to throw out the util. Bit of a classic we can all learn with Simple here. Line yourself up with a corner on the crate. Dot on the silo, away you go. And Aleksib will take care of 2 of the 3 smokes. And this time around, you have to hope it lands. L block deployed.
I think Aleksib just said, lads, let me do them.
I can throw them all.
Yeah. Give me a smoke. Deep as that secret player, ZywOo actually, was just arriving. In Flames. Just as that smoke arrives, he'll pepper a couple of bullets through the smoke, and Molotov down. They leap through. The flash is so good, and now, well, it gets awkward for Spinks. And Bit, he turned away. Nice work from Spinks. Only 8 bullets back turned onto Aleksib. ZywOo will collect, and now it's all up, up to him. Gets them both. Team effort, some big contributions, some damage inflicted by Apex, and finished off nicely. Imir punishes the jump from ZywOo. That's the information he was looking for, and now he's rocking the AK. Is there any more to be said about this? Oh, Spinks spotted, eliminated!
Apex is low.
Yeah, is there really a clutch here? With 19 seconds, he does have to hurry up and plant.
Where's Apex gotten off to?
I'm not sure, but Magisk, at this point, with the clock like this, it's going to be very difficult for Imir to get away with this. Like, you have to plant.
Hurry think. Oh,
the vertical bomb.
Might be his good luck charm here, Imir.
Faked it. Open for both of them. Magisk doesn't move a muscle and still wins the clutch. Nice attempt. Keeps hold of his weapon.
Good damage, right? The finances right here are pretty slim for Vitality. Like, ZywOo's the only one with real cash. Magisk can drop something, but the fact he does damage there, look, he could have got the bomb down. He could have attempted the 1v2, maybe with a bit more conviction here, but really good damage regardless. I know the Navi buy, that's where we're going to ask some questions, and they're going to do the same thing by taking a timeout right now and getting Blade back in the conversation.
Right. I mean, after these 3 rounds, yeah, I guess that last one coming down to the one-on-one, Ima has done an awful lot. And bringing that AK through is huge. So you saw Flamesy catching JL, but the util was perfect, and this was Zywoo's too. Oh, yeah. He was dead either way. Ima, though, some very valuable contributions. We'll see how it translates into our next round of play. Round 20 about to get started.
I love Zywoo coming out the vent as well and how he steadied himself. He didn't just like start spamming away. He steadied himself, was able to pick up 2 there. So good stuff from him, but he is doing a lot of work. So Zywoo, he took the vacation in the last map, let his new squad mates get it done. It's going to be a tough battle back here for Vitality. They win this one. I'll spin us into the next, only 1900, already with a bit of space. And Zywoo, has he spotted it? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Imet drops down into the jaws of Apex. He'll take that one.
Yeah, that works nicely. Zywoo, next victim. That's a brilliant find. Double in the feed, favoring Navi.
Gonna break Vitality here as well.
Most definitely, unless Magisk has got more of that.
Well, that wasn't Simple.
But Simple, yeah, AWOL. Where did the man go? Flames as well.
Terrible weapon for the job.
Oh, okay. USP back of the head. First bullet.
Aleksib doesn't know.
They don't know because of the silencer. Flames with an insane play. Just when it looked like a guarantee, Simple up heaven. And look at his reaction. Oh, man, they can't even explain it. Aleksib B's sitting there trying to explain it. Where was he? Was he secret? Oh, damn, Flames. I am astounded. Let's see that again. Like, watch Aleksib B's reaction. Well, absence of a reaction. They had no idea. The silencer completely masking his silo flank.
Wow. Simple's had to leave his perch here.
He's dead too. And this
the
is
tilt's just come back in.
Full tilt.
Just as it was starting to look good.
Oh, give him another. Oh, give him another. Oh, Flames, that's a round to be proud of. Recovers for the squad. The new addition gives Vitality 10.
That was looking miserable. That was looking absolutely miserable. It started with Ima onto Apex, dropping off main, Simple surging forward, winning the head-to-head against Zywoo, who was top of the scoreboard, and then Flamesy manages to make that flank happen.
Oh, wow. Yeah, here's the kill
That's
onto
the biggest
Zywoo.
head-to-head in the server right now.
Yeah,
and he just won it flat out.
Oh.
And either team were really going to struggle with the finances going forward here. It's Navi, the ones just with some pistols.
Yeah, it was so like
what an important round.
It's insane. That's that you wanted to see. Talk about impact. Flames with a massive contribution, and I mean now you have to resign yourself to this round. You know, think about that. You had the advantage, and now you're sitting under the stairs with your knife out, having a conversation.
Yeah, you want to try and cool down here.
You do, right? Yeah, don't rush this. Just cool your jets. Chill your beans.
Apex still only has 2 kills.
He does.
Make it 3. There we go. He heard us talking. Magisk, you're going to try your luck. You're going to pull out a Dak at some point, mate. You're using the scope of the AUG. Why not? You're just one step away.
Treat yourself.
Give yourself a little bit of a bonus here. Apex coming over to maybe nibble up a few more. Zywoo as well. They're really closing the map down here on poor Navi. And the 2 of them, look at this. Yeah. Maybe you get one, you're not getting both. Maybe you are. Okay.
Okay, Aleksib B, impact again.
He's had 20 kills.
Yeah.
He's not doing too bad, Aleksib. He's sticking in it.
Okay, so 11. 5 away from knocking Navi out here in the quarter.
It's as simple as this, though. If you run around and you get 2 opening kills on the T side and you have the space of bloody heaven, you have to be converting those rounds.
Well, yeah.
And this is it, right? With that in line, you need to make sure that if you put yourself, if you're able to earn yourself, scrap your way into a 2-man number advantage, you're making good on that. You can't let it slip by the wayside again.
Smoke wall deployed. Will Apex be able to find his 4th? Zywoo supporting him. He met across. Completely obscured by the smoke. Weird 4th.
But look at the heads up. This is so quick, and he has support here as well. He's not on his own. So quick.
Maybe Spinks has got Imet. Oh, good find from Imet. Wins out the duel, taking the space. You can see knife out, and it does lead to his demise. Magisk was already rotated through. Thought he had a gap, and no longer there. Now, there's no smoke he can throw on top of that, so he will have access upon the end of the incendiary.
The bigger issue is if they try and return.
Yeah.
Oh.
Magisk going looking for answers, but they're coming. This is a powerful angle. With Simple bait the barrel. Beautiful work. The team. Oh, they still go down. Magisk gets them both despite the bait. And now it's another problem for Navi. Fortunately, Aleksib, he doesn't have a friend anymore. JL's gone, and Aleksib, though he has been performing, he knows where ZywOo is. Oh, ZywOo gets the information. Does he really get the frag as well? This is Aleksib's frag. No! He survives, tucks in, and is caught by Flames.
Yeah,
Teamwork.
It's looking like a 2-0 now.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, Navi definitely voiced some concerns right here, but I think we can celebrate the fact that Vitality have come in great form, right? They were able to dispatch that of MIBR in their opening game with ease, and now here against Navi. We'll reiterate once more, map number 1 in case you missed it. I won't blame you. 16-2. It happened so quick over in the blink of the eye. And yeah, simple baiting that. I'm surprised to see them go forward into it, especially knowing it was an AUG. But I guess when he starts shooting, you think that he's lost control of the spray. But you can see the frustrations just has been mounting since the early stages of map number 1, and it hasn't stopped since.
This could look a very chunky HE. Aleksib gets the brunt of the damage. And Apex just obscured from Simple's angle on the silo. Backs away as they silently descend secret stairs just upon the fade. Maybe JL gets across as well. Simple has the bomb though, and he's on the main roof.
What do I say?
I don't know. Fake? No. Charge? Yep. Magisk. Confirmation. Closes the door, says no thank you.
Who spots the bomb on the radar, though? Like, I'm an expert tilter. I still can't even help you with this one. Just ask Harry and Hugo. Like, this is my bread and butter, losing my cool. But I can't even help you out here.
Yeah, there's no solutions to that one. Magisk, got a lot to deal with there. They have confirmation of his location. Yeah, Simple dig in the feed. Oh, and JL nails ZywOo. For Flames, consistent as ever, and with Apex's help, they're going to deny at least a round, but the bomb plant goes down. So it's something to be celebrated. Extra funds for Navi, but they're running out of rounds.
Yeah, 3 for Spinks in that one for Apex, 1 for Flamesy, and, well, I think we know which way this is headed. The bomb will go down, the loss bonus, plenty of that. So the buy, not a problem for Navi. But as you mentioned, it is the rounds, and they're fleeting. We're talking 5 consecutive here for Vitality, since they picked up their first on the CT side. And this is their map choice, so rough way out of this hole. Now, the winner of this matchup will continue through the lower half of the bracket. No lower bracket here, the lower half of the bracket, and they will play the winner of G2 versus VP. This side of the bracket is absolutely stacked. On the upper end, we've got a Gamer Legion Heroic matchup to come your way. And of course, ENCE taking on Cloud9. That is the one that I'm hotly anticipating. I suppose it goes Heroic Gamer Legion first, then Cloud9 ENCE, then...
yeah, starts with Heroic GL, then you get Cloud9 ENCE, then you get VP G2.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, timeout called. Let's see, Navi. This is more what we're expecting in terms of the scoreline here, but it's just been these frustrations have been the story of the night. And in some circumstances, understandably so. Smoke wall up has landed again. And there's a cross here, so the space that Aleksib is hoping for his yard lurk, he's been able to get that, drawing the rotation. Also coming to fruition, Apex, the man to deal with that for now. Nice deep squeaky smoke gives a buffer for Spinks here. And they used a lot of util to get in there across. Now, this is where you do get some real big issues. If your lurk gets across, you don't have anything to usher yourself as well. And he's not playing aggressively here. You can see, yeah, Aleksib's looking where his teammates are, trying to call them into position, probably looking at what util they have remaining as well.
Yeah, so with the hut molly, Spinks is so far forward, he's thrown the molly to counter that and delay that.
Look at this setup.
This is an interesting setup. I guess in the absence of the knowledge yard, they're just going to stand in this crossfire.
What a
gamble. It means that, yeah, it's a huge gamble, but it might be rewarded. Great from Aleksib. They're going to overlook ZywOo. Quick reaction out a bit. Advantage Navi. Ooh, not for long. JL down and Apex already burrowed into the site. All he has to do is take down one of the 2 Ukrainians. Simple! Down! Oh, he gets the bow, the double headshot from Apex. Quiet throughout, but an impactful one to twist the knife and get the nail in the coffin of Navi. Umet doesn't have the health for the rest. He's taken down Spinks. will nade the door to distract and hope he can isolate some jewels. He's trying to do every trick in the book, but they're not going to give him anything with 15 seconds. You've got to plant, mate. You've got to leave there. And with his back turned, we spotted out and fragged up. Apex, he's going to be happy with that one. That was high impact from the IGL.
Bit of a hot hand there. You got to acknowledge that, right? He has been quiet throughout, sure, but they were just absolute scorches of shots.
Against Simple on an AWP, I think, as well.
And he stayed calm for the second as well, right? He didn't just do a classic Apex overextend. Like, that was beautiful work. Well, let's watch this one again. Yeah, onto the AWP. Absolute screamer from Apex here. And as you think, they kill 2 players over towards ramp. Magisk and ZywOo fall. You think, okay, well, now they just have to deal with Apex, who's struggling, and he pulls that out of nowhere.
Looks very similar to the previous. And Imet onto ZywOo. No smoke wall required if he's just going to take the duel and win it. Oh, gosh, Flames, you are... Yeah, what is your plan here? The Incendiary's not bad. Spinks has lobby. So he can reposition.
Apex
has caught one. Look at that. It flushes them into Apex. He could have gotten both there. And Flames, he might be set for some more success. Repositioning nicely. They've tried to clear him out. He's done so much work in it. Facilitates.
Oh,
no! He gets 2 of the 3. Imet opens and closes that round and gives Navi something to celebrate. It's been a while. It has been 6 from Vitality in a row. And it's Imet in a 1v1 to close.
The mood couldn't have possibly gotten any more
Can we just talk
sour.
about the whole sequence?
Well, that's the thing, and kind of pulling it out on the fly here. That Molly, perfectly placed, flushed them in towards Apex as well. Magisk
then comes out with that.
Org. Oh, wow.
Oh, they're hanging on. They're hanging on. Came down to the one-on-one, but yeah, as we've discussed, tactical timeout.
Fourth and final.
4.
Yeah, well...
I can't count to 4 in Spanish.
I think it's... Is it Quattro?
Thank you.
I think it's just about holding them together right now. Blade just taking this to just... It's okay, guys. It's all right. We're still in it. It's with not the prettiest of purchases either.
Oh, it's not pretty.
No.
But do you really, when you're up against the ropes like this, where your enemy gets 15, do you want to call something that's such a high risk? You've got 3 SMGs. It implies there's going to be some pace behind it.
It looks like they're running a normal round, though.
Yeah, okay.
See the smoke walls are being deployed here. Imet even dropped the first yards. Yeah, he's been here like 3 rounds in a row now, but the yard they used force. See this first smoke? It's a progression smoke.
But then they did the yard.
Yeah,
Well, it's not going to be the end of the world. You can see Aleksib. Oh! Oh, that's the bomb! That's the bomb! Bit comes down the ladder and Spinks' forward position is rewarded.
That was bungee jumping out a Bit.
He couldn't believe it. That's a jump scare for Bit, I reckon. Down the ladder, suddenly face to face with Spinks. Couldn't react in time.
Did he even mean to fall that far down the ladder, right?
Sure.
Maybe he wanted to drop, but just not expecting them so close, so far forward.
Oh, gosh. Now it's even harder. 2 rifles. Spinks can't believe his luck.
And in the last 2 rounds for Navi, they were able to get the opening kill. This time round, it's gone against them here. Now, look, it's been different variations of success with those opening frags, but at least they've got them.
Yeah, this is a double up top site setup, so we've seen this very vogue at the moment. Imet. Bomb on his back. Util dumped. And they're on their way in. Good flashes, great utility, but they have their vision. And there's a lot of bodies charging. Good from Imet. Still a recovery from Flames. He gets all 3, not the 4th. It's Apex to steal it, and Navi, they are in trouble.
15 in total now for Vitality. Just 1 more to go, and Navi through, gritting their teeth. This has just been a series that they would want to forget. Sure, the competition has really turned up a notch on Nuke. It looks like they're in touching distance of a competitive match, but there's been just brilliance from Flamesy, hasn't there?
I mean, throughout the series, 25 here. I think Mirage was at the top of the scoreboard as well. It is just an incredible performance. And you can see what it's doing to Navi. Hope dies last.
Yeah, he had 20. He was 22 and 4 plus 18 on map number 1.
Yeah, any Flamesy pickers are going to be licking their lips. Because Apex, he's gone down to simple, trying something aggressive. So there's the leg up to try and win the first of the 4 consecutive required to stay in the competition.
Out of position right now, Magis.
He is. He'll opt for Dark. He's just gotten in there in time. Zai was spotted out. Still takes 1. Maybe overlooking Magis for the first. And the second as well. Imma, what was that? Jumps on top of his head. Simple will catch him eventually. Puts us into a 2-on-2. And with everything to play for, can Simple pull Navi into another? JL with him. Arriving for the bomb. Spinks onto JL, meaning it's Simple up against the world. Does he have the capacity? The double swing in, and they take it. Vitality knock him out into your first semi-finalist locked in. These quarterfinals fly by, and Vitality flying high. Navi broken after that one.
Amazing series here from Flamesy. He showed up in buckets and spades today. 22 on map number 1, 26 on map number 2. We're talking 48 in total, if I've done my maths right. A huge series from him, but it wasn't just him. This team showed up, every individual with moments to be proud of. And Navi on the other side, the fact that they were able to put something competitive on the board after their own map pick Mirage went so poorly. 16-2, absolutely blown out of the server. Sure, they found some fight. They found some smiles, they found some moments, but frustration, that's going to be the story here for Navi.
Yeah, Vitality are to be feared. Everyone here at Gamers8 has taken notice. When you've got Flamesy, you've got Magis, you've got Zywoo, you've got Spinks, that's a terrifying group of talent. With Apex pulling the strings, a team most definitely to be feared, and the first team securing that semi-final spot. Head above water, a day off to look forward to, and Navi eliminated.
Well, I've got a very happy Spinks by the side of me here, and Spinks, this was dominant from start to finish. I want to just touch on this Mirage quickly, because you guys were feeling it, you and Flames playing them like a fiddle. It seemed like you were just enjoying this process.
Yeah, me and my other Israeli friend, we played insane on Mirage. It just felt like no matter what we did, we always knew how to react, where they are, and I don't want to say easy, but we played really good.
You definitely played really good, but you also feel like you just had them down on the ground, you know, like you felt like they were kind of crumbling when you were going at them?
Yeah, like we just controlled the game from the round 0. Of course, Nuke was a bit different, and they could come back because they won the T-side pistol, but we managed to win again, so it's perfect.
زي ما تشوفون اعزائي المشاهدين على سبينكس من فريق فيتاليتي بعد فوز كان ساحق جدا قدام نافي، بس كان السؤال الاول نتكلم على ماب ميراج وش اللي صار فيه، لانه حرفيا كانوا يعني نظرتهم للمباراه انهم بس قاعدين يستمتعون، ما كان في اي شيء ثاني قاعدين يسوونه لانهم بس مبسوطين في الجيم وماخذين راحتهم لاقصى درجاتهم، فكان يقولون انه فعلا احنا قدرنا اننا نتوقع كل شيء هم يسوونه، واي شيء من الخطط والبلايز اللي كانوا يقدمونها احنا قدرنا اننا نتوقعها، واحنا قدرنا اننا نعرف كيف نتعامل معها، وهذا كان الاداء حقهم في الماب الاول باختصار، وفعلا هم اصلا كانوا مجهزين ليش ممكن يقدمونه نافي من البدايه.
Now, I would also ask you, Spinks, with the fact that Zonic not being here, right, that's something that we could start to maybe worry about, and we know the presence he has, but does it feel too much different? How's Matt doing so far?
Well, of course, we miss Zonic, and it's different without him, but we talked about it, and I think Matt is doing a great job, but we also said that all the players should give up, like give more, kind of. Okay. Like sometimes if we need tactical timeout, it's not only Zonic job, the players can do it as well, and we try to help also Dan with, if you need help with the calling. So far he's doing a great job, so he doesn't really need the help, but all the players are ready to step up in this subject.
سألنا السؤال الثاني لأحد فريق فيتاليتي زي ما احنا عارفين سفيكس، كنا نتكلم على موضوع الكوتش حقهم، خصوصا انه ما كان موجود الكوتش هم يلعبوا معه بالعاده، كنا نساله انه هل الشيء هذا تغير واثر على ادائكم في الجيم ولا تحسون انه نفس الاداء اللي احنا نشوفه بالعاده؟ لكن كانوا يقولون انه لا، صحيح انه زونيك ما كان موجود معنا وما كان الشيء اللي احنا ودنا انه يصير، لكن بنفس الوقت مجرد ما اننا احنا قاعدين يعني نشوف انه بما انه هو مو موجود فاحنا نحاول بنفسنا اننا نغطي عن عدم تواجده، بحيث ان احنا اللاعبين نعطي اكثر من اللي احنا نعطيه بالعاده عشان نغطي عدم تواجد الكوتش معهم.
And lastly, Spinks, I want to just touch on the fact that we saw Cologne, right, it didn't go the way you would have wanted it to go. Dan also said from there to now you haven't had too many practice days, but how is it feeling within the team, and how good is this mood feeling for you guys right now to try and go further as you're our first semi-final team?
The mood is definitely great, and we are really happy to be in the semi-finalist because it's not easy. We didn't have much time, and we had a lot of travel days. We barely practice. Last week we had 2 players who came sick after Cologne, so the practice itself was also hard. And yeah, it's not easy, but we just said let's do our best. We know we don't have the good practice time, but we are a good team, we are good players. Let's just give it the best, and that's it.
سألنا سبيكس عن الموضوع المود حق الفريق بعد ما قدروا انهم يفوزون المباراه هذه يكونون اول سيمي فاينلست معنا في البطوله. جوابه كان يقول صراحه احنا مره مبسوطين مع بعض وادائنا كان مره كويس واحنا مرتاحين ان نكون اول سيمي فاينلست معنا في البطوله، لكن اكثر شيء كانوا يقولون انه واجهنا من ناحيه الصعوبات انه هم يعتبرون اول فريق وصل عندنا هنا في الرياض من الايام كولون بعد ما خلصوا من البطوله، فكان الشيء هذا شوي صعبهم انهم يتدربون مع بعض لما يتاقلمون على الاجواء هنا لما يستقرون هنا، لكن بعدها قدروا انهم يطلعون بالصوره المثاليه اللي احنا شاهدناها قبل شوي.
Well, that's the end for Navi here at Gamers8, but Vitality are cruising on forward and they're looking dominant.
قصة نافي انتهت عندنا هنا في جيمرز 8 اعزائنا المشاهدين، ولا راح نشوفهم مرة ثانية بحكم انهم تم استبعادهم من البطولة، والآن راح نشوف فيتاليتي ايش ممكن يسوي في السيمي فاينلز.
That is absolutely correct. It is all very true and factual. Vitality move on to those semifinals, which will place them up either against VP or G2 on that very bottom side of the bracket. This is Gamers8. You're pretty late to the party. I hate to tell you. If you just got here, that's a GG. That's Navi going home, and that's all we're going to be seeing of them here for sure.
Yeah, and that's Navi that's been outpassing this entire best of 3. I think there's no beating around the bush. First map was atrocious. Second map, quite clear difference as well. Vitality with 8 on the T side, showcasing enough diversity in the playstyle that they had, enough individual prowesses here and there just to grab them around when Navi was starting to build that comeback. You have the Zywo moment downstairs as well. 14 of the 20 kills came from his T side, and then when they moved on to the CT side, there was no game. Like, the scoreline might tell you there was a game. There wasn't. 3 rounds from Navi came from the very beginning.
Map 1 never happened.
Didn't seem like it. I mean, over the course of the series, Navi won 2 gun rounds on T side. That's pretty much it. You know, that's definitely not enough against a team of the caliber of Vitalities or any other team, really, I feel, to be able to win a game. And they were plagued by slow starts in this tournament. They were able to bounce back in the Furia series, but not against Vitality today.
No, not today. But what can be said is that it's time for our SDC analysis, which is exactly what we've started. But now watch this. Bam. Bam.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hey.
Got to get these things checked out, man. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, yeah, so analysis is this. Navi are going home. Vitality are moving forward. And this was a playoff game. You know, this was a non-starter into what was a little bit of maybe faith and hope in here in the second map, Maniac, but fruitions aren't there.
Listen, all is good and well for Vitality, and we'll have plenty of time to talk about them as well later down the stretch of this event. But I just wanted to quickly touch on something Yanko mentioned. The T side of Navi is something that's starting to worry me just a little bit. And I know it's early days, and I know they're going to need time to come together with this new philosophy and what it is that they're trying to create, but the lack of finding solutions on the fly and spontaneously figuring out what the hell is needed. Now it's been 3 different iterations, 3 different scenarios where we've seen them hit their head against the wall on the T side. That was the second time here on Nuke as well. And just the frustration is palpable. It's right there. And I don't know how they will deal with that frustration over time and how damaging it might be between the players.
You were prodding me for hot takes. You want a hot take?
Hell yeah.
This Navi roster is not going to get much better. Like, things will not be better a month from now, 2 months from now. They won't be really a contender. You know, I think they might steal a series away from one of the top teams at that time, whether it's Vitality or G2 or Heroic or Cloud9 or whoever it is at the time. They might beat some of those teams in the best of 3, but I don't see them being, you know, a contender and being a team that's we're going to come into a tournament, we're going to say, you got to watch out for Navi.
Yeah, not at that rate. Not what we just saw, at least. At least on that first map. The second one,
yeah,
maybe building
things
by...
that don't work. Like, there's too many things that don't make sense. You know, Bit having to talk in English. I don't like the vibe between Blade and Aleksib. Doesn't seem good at all. You know, like they can get on the same page even. Then you have a couple of rookies in there with JL and Ima. Sure, Ima, you can tell that he's talented, but it's too much weight to be put on his shoulders that he has to do. It's just too many things that are sort of weird and strange, and I don't think they made the correct changes in the player break. And yeah, time will tell, obviously, but it's not looking good, Trace.
Yeah, you said it's not looking good. I think that drove it home. What is also going to drive it home is not on any of us. We're not driving tonight. I can assure you that. What I can tell you is that we're going to be going into our MVP. It's going to be a Kidia. Oh, Jesus, man.
I'm
Why are we
right
going
there.
back to Kidayu?
Kidia.
Not Kidayu. That's definitely not it.
Kidding me?
Right
but our
behind
MVP.
you.
Yeah, I know, but that. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your astute observations. My goodness. Let's talk about our MVP. It's obviously Flames, but why? Why might you ask? Well, that's your guys' job.
Also, just
Watch the
talk about
highlights.
numbers. Just watch the highlight. It's right there for you, Trace. Bam. Look, listen. There's always going to be maps, and I think when we get to the end of tournaments, these are moments where the voices outside world who wanted Dupree to stay or whatever, there's going to be a couple of games where they'll point the finger and say, with Dupree they would have won and they would have been better. But if you are not convinced quite yet that they've made the right choice, then just change your goddamn contact lenses. Like, you need a better correction. Because it's very obvious. It's very adamant that he's much, much stronger individually. And if he's being guided the right way, he's been mentored the right way, eventually he's coming to his own in his positions. You can see what he does mechanically in itself. That's just already prowesses out there. And I'm glad he's getting some of these games early on. I think for confidence, it's important for him.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think there was much doubt in whether that's a good move to make for the long term. It was just how much is it going to hurt them in the short term, and we did see it hurt them a little bit in Cologne, right? But perhaps they can sort of shorten that period that he needs to adjust with a couple of good performances and getting a boost of confidence.
Well, check it out. All the chicken in the world. We saw it run around the stage. All the chickens in the world.
Some of your finest work.
Yeah, I really crowbarred it in here. It is well past midnight at this point. But the Colonel's Choice, brought to you by KFC, is something to keep at the forefront.
That's where you were going.
Yeah, I'm not just talking about chickens out here. Now, what I am seeing is some action, some motion here in this FaZe VP game. How'd that one go for you, Maniac?
Well, I enjoyed watching the game with you guys in the green room. That was a great moment. Of course, a game that lasted about 3 eons. As luck would have it, this was here an attempt at a very, very late B split with that great smoke by Flit towards the first box, using the edge of it, shutting down a FaZe attempt. Very heartbreaking to watch.
Yeah, and that is our Colonel's Choice. Again, KFC, look, little chicken's back. Yanko, catch it, man. Actually, don't. Oh, my God. You didn't have to do all that, did you?
What'd you do?
No joke. Now we can't eat anything.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I guess so. It's mind powers or whatever you said. Nonetheless, yeah, so if we continue down the list, there's still things to grab onto here, Maniac.
Really?
Where do you want to
like
grab?
your sanity? Because I can see you going off the rails. Nice and slow.
We could do that. We could talk about
looking at the wall. It's like, what else?
I'm not. I'm trying not to look at you guys in the eyes because you're not giving. Just give me a second, would you? I'm talking about Dr. Suleiman Al-Habib, and I'm talking about how this is the save of the day. Obviously, best defense.
I'm actually interested in that one.
As you should be, because
very interested.
So what happens here?
Lurking out the smokes. I'm trying to piece out together.
The bomb, and they're like protecting him while he
protecting the bomb,
protecting the planner. No, this is the retake. Oh, that was a 6 shot. Oh no, it's the Hades 1v3.
That's the clutch. That's the incredible clutch from Hades.
Watch out! Watch out! Bang!
Beautiful. It was actually quite insane.
They got really excited for this, but then they lost the next round and they got stumped by G2. Can I just use this moment before we wrap to say, like, when 9 is playing, right? And Vertigo and Ancient are in the pool, just don't play those maps. Go to the decider, right? Because they will win. They will win on Vertigo. They will lose on Ancient. Doesn't matter who they play in this whole world, Trace.
The whole
will come
thing.
down to the decider.
That's a big place.
That would have saved us a couple of hours. We might have still been on schedule.
Yeah, nope.
You might have still have had your sanity.
My sanity is here. Thank you very much. I shower every day. Now, what I want to get at too here is the brackets.
Vitality's the first semi-finalist.
It's true. They have secured that spot, haven't taken down Navi. So GG to Navi. Bye-bye. See you later. VP, G2 still have to play. Cloud9 ends. Whew, that one's got a little heat to it. Then Heroic Gamer Legion, I believe, is going to be our first game of the day. But yeah, this is the bracket as it plays out. Again, single elimination. So we have said goodbye to some recognizable teams at this point.
VP, man.
G2 is going to turn out.
Their grimy style is back, and I know it's tough. We talked about it today as well. If you don't play them for a while, you sort of forget, right? And it's a very unique and specific style you have to play against. I feel like for G2, though, that they should still be able to come out on top there.
Yeah, and I think you guys should take a look at tomorrow's schedule. I just told you. I gave you a little bit of a cheat sheet, and that Heroic Gamer Legion would be first, and then we'd be going into Cloud9 ends, followed by Virtus Pro G2, that VP G2 game, that big VP G2 game.
I mean, that's a huge matchup, but the Cloud9 ends in itself is super interesting. Like, we're still trying to figure out the limits of Cloud9. Yanko is very much on board with ends destroying Cloud9. I'll allow myself
beating them
2 or 3 maps.
I don't know. I can't think of the Veto right now.
Fair enough. I'm looking forward to seeing the limits and the barriers that Cloud9 will go up against a team like Ents. That one is going to be my personal match of the day. Like, just the Maniac
Just your
match of the day.
personal. You're not co-signing anybody else behind you.
Nobody's
Don't
on
look
there.
back there because
I'm
we'll
not
have to
looking.
talk about that then. Get out of here, guys. I think we've had enough for the day. Are you cool with that?
I had enough of you, but... Yeah,
well,
but
we're still here, aren't we?
choice.
This is my desk as far as I'm concerned. So thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you, Doctor.
Gentlemen's. As well as you all out there watching at home. That does it for us here today. We've actually just wrapped up our first playoff game. We've got tons of more Counter-Strike coming your way tomorrow.
You know where we're going now,
Trace?
Trace?
We're going to
the
sleep.
Hilton.
Shut
we're going
up!
to the Hilton. To the Hilton.
Get us out of here.